over the last couple of days in New York and get through what was an extraordinarily trying time for those on the field and those upstairs in the booth. You come back to Philadelphia, to Veterans Stadium, the first time ever the Phillies scheduled to play a game where there will not be the voice of Richie Ashburn on the radio or the television, and the emotions come flooding back once more. Joined by Kent DeColvey. Teak, it's altogether different being back in Philadelphia today.
Well, it is, Larry, and like you said, those of us who are in New York have had a chance to express our love and gratitude for, what Richie Ashburn brought to our lives, and tonight is going to be the first opportunity for the great fans of Philadelphia to do that. Over the years, there have been many great sports figures in the town of Philadelphia, but I can't imagine anyone who has ever had the impact on this town that Richie Ashburn had, and it's, the town's opportunity to really pay their respects to him.
Well, he always had said to me that he was amazed by the reaction of the people of Philadelphia, their incredible love, and I would say, why? You've been a part of our lives for almost our entire lives, certainly anybody under the age of 50. And the next outpouring, of course, will come with the public visitation as the funeral begins tomorrow at 7 o'clock, at 11 o'clock rather, Memorial Hall in Fairmount Park, continuing through 7 o'clock. Funeral services will be private for the family, and contributions, of course, will be made through Phillies Charities, Box 7575, Philadelphia 19101. Whitey made his home on the radio and television booth over the last 35 years. The booth already now bears his name, the Whitey Ashburn broadcast booth. Hey, this game's easy, Harry. And the seat occupied so long by Richie Ashburn will remain empty for the remainder of the 1997 season. The courage, the bravery of one Harry Callis has just been incredible to watch. His strength. He will be a major part of ceremonies as we bring in Dan Baker.
Please direct your attention to the Phillies radio booth behind home plate. On the 400 level, where Harry Callis, joined by Andy Musser and Chris Wheeler, will present the poem that he wrote about his longtime friend and colleague.
His Cornhusker roots have served him well. The dry wit, the humor, you can immediately tell. But the enduring traits we readily see is human compassion and love of family. The greatest tribute to an athlete and man is that in whatever pursuit, he did the best that he can. His charitable efforts in memory of Jan remind us how fragile is one's lifespan. Will we ever forget that August in '95 when thousands took that wonderful drive to Cooperstown, the home of the Hall, an emotional time for us all. When His Whiteness got his just due, we were not surprised because we knew. At Cooperstown on this day, they honored a man who's a Hall of Famer in every way. And when Whitey turned 70, a Piper hat I did not send, but rather my lifelong loyalty as a true friend. And now the man all Philly land loved has gone to join Jan in the heavens above. Don Richie Ashburn, by any measure, was a man whose memory we will forever treasure.
Thank you, Harry. Ladies and gentlemen, that Phillies radio broadcast booth has been Whitey's home away from home for many years. The plaque, now being shown on Fanavision, has been mounted on the radio booth as a memorial to Richie Ashburn and to commemorate his 35 years as a Phillies broadcaster. Continuing with our special tribute, please direct your attention to Fanavision for this video, which celebrates Richie Ashburn's great career as both a player and broadcaster.
He came to us nearly 50 years ago, a fresh-faced boy from the plains of Nebraska, eager to start a career playing the game he loved. Signed as a catcher, the young man with the All-American smile quickly became a fixture in center field, a position he seemed born to play.
Scoops it up. He rifles it into Campanella, and Grimace Spain is out at the plate.
With his lightning speed and quick bat, he soon became one of the premier players in the game and was the catalyst of the 1950 Whiz Kids pennant-winning team. He went on to collect more hits than any other National League player in the decade of the 50s, and by the time his career ended, he held most of the Phillies' offensive records. For those of us who never got to watch Richie play, his other talents will always be remembered. For over 30 years, he has taught generations of Philly fans how to watch, and more importantly, how to love the game of baseball. With his sharp insight and his dry Midwestern wit, he fits the image of an old professor, lovingly imparting wisdom of the game.
And it was play-by-play.
3-2 pitch. McBride bounces one into right field. Makes it. Throws down to second. Is going to third. And he's going to try and score. And he does! Oh, brother!
Saw it on the radio.
Oh, how the years go by, and oh, how the love brings tears to my eyes. All through the changes, the soul never dies. We fight, we laugh, we cry as the years go by.
From his heroics on the diamond to his great charity work, to his many years behind the microphone, we here in Philadelphia are lucky that most of those years have been spent with us.
Just want to say, since I came here in 1948, best thing that ever happened to me, to play here in Philadelphia for the greatest fan in the country.
Can't believe the number of people here today. Happy to see it. Pennsylvania, Delaware, New Jersey, have a lot of Nebraska people here. You have made this the greatest day of my life.
And the sad sisters go walking on. Everyone watching all along. Show goes on. As the old times come in and summers are gone. Still without you, the show goes on.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we invite everyone to please stand for a moment of silence in tribute to the memory of Phillies Hall of Fame center fielder Richie Ashburn. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now we'd ask...
Our thoughts, our prayers, our hopes extended to wife Herbie, the children and grandchildren of Richie Ashburn, and our eternal thanks for the 50 years of love and loyalty. Richie Ashburn. The game that Whitey loves so well, this pastime known as baseball, moves on. The Phils and Giants are next.
Hey, it's me again. So now I'm thinking, this movie channel Stars is really a good thing. If only I could see it all the time.
Good news, Prism customers.
I knew it.
Starting October 1st, Stars will be full-time, with movies too big to miss.
Okay, I want to see Stars. But what about my sports?
More good news. Sports goes to its own channel, Sportsnet, part of your regular cable service.
This guy's got an answer for everything.
You say you can't start exercising until you get some workout equipment? Well, guess what? You already have it. A reminder from the American Heart Association that ordinary physical activities can help reduce your risk factors for heart disease. Call 1-800-AHA-USA-1 and learn how to get in on the action.
All the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. He's going into the end zone.
The plays last only a few seconds, but the memories live forever. Get into the game. Recapture the spirit. Catch the strategy. Bask in the glory. Honor the tradition. At the College Football Hall of Fame in South Bend, Indiana, where the play never ends.
You're getting so angry. Enough. I'm going to give you something to scream about. Get over here. Get up. I can't. I'm talking to you. Get up. I can't. Stop crying. You're asking for it again.
For information about how you can help stop domestic violence, call us.
On an evening heralded by moving, wonderful ceremonies honoring the memory of Rich Ashburn here at Veterans Stadium, one of the men that Richie loved to watch do his work the most chases his own form of immortality. As tonight, Curt Schilling goes after 300 strikeouts in a critical pennant race game for the San Francisco Giants. It is the Phils and the Giants coming up next. And hi again, everybody, with Kent DeCovey. I'm Larry Rosen. Thanks for being with us for Sports Channel's coverage of Phillies baseball. kind of hard to catch your breath a little bit following those ceremonies for Richie Ashburn, Teague.
Yeah, it is, and it was a wonderful outpouring from the people of Philadelphia for a man who deserves as much and even more than they can give.
Talking to Curt Schilling about his relationship with Whitey, which was always kind of had a cattle prod attached to it. They loved to go at each other, hammer and tong, especially on those charter flights. And Whitey would have loved to have been here to watch Curt Schilling go after 300 strikeouts. It was 25 years ago that a Philadelphia Philly went over the 300 strikeout plateau. His name, Lefty Carlton, with that unhittable slider. Curt Schilling, of course, the right-hander with a somewhat different approach, has been pretty much a pure power strikeout pitcher. Curt Schilling and Steve Carlton, 1 and 2. Schill in 97, Carlton in 72, and that's how they stack up, Teague.
Yeah, and you look at the numbers, and they're very similar. The one thing you notice about Steve Carlton, 346 innings in 1972. Unbelievable. 30 complete games, unheard of in the game of baseball. But, you know, two guys that did exactly the same thing in two different ways. Carlton's main weapon, that nasty down and in slider. Schilling, the same results, but he does it the opposite way. He goes with that high, hard one.
So Schilling has an incredible personal accomplishment for the San Francisco Giants. Need the win desperately, and they'll turn the ball over to Wilson Alvarez, their late season acquisition. Those are his National League numbers. Overall, his numbers significantly better. We'll share those with you when we come back. The starting lineups as well. The Giants need a win to be in a flat-footed tie for the Western Division lead. The Phillies in the role of spoiler next. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. By Mellon PSFS, it's where you're going. And by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield, the health insurance companies you can lean on.
If you've been postponing the purchase of a brand new truck, the Dodge Big Summer Clearance plays right into your hands. You see, it's even bigger than you might think. With up to $13.50 off on a Dodge Dakota, or up to $11.85 in package value discounts on a Dodge Ram. So hurry to the Dodge Big Summer Clearance. Because if you haven't figured it out already, it's big. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Why does Bell Atlantic 9X Mobile have the most advanced digital network on the East Coast? So your cell phone will work here. And out here. It's perfectly clear here. In fact, to ensure that you'll have enhanced voice clarity and privacy, we built a digital network of monumental proportions. After all, a cell phone is only as good as the network it's on. Choose Bell Atlantic 9X Mobile.
As has been the case the last 3 nights, the best place for everyone is on the baseball field or getting the game underway. And Curt Schilling and the Philadelphia Phillies about to get the game underway indeed. Here's the lineup Schill will face. Javier, Miller, Bonds, Kent, Snow, Cruz, Vizcaino, Berryhill, and Wilson Alvarez.
Defensively for the Phillies this evening, Rico Brogna is at first, Mickey Morandini the second baseman, Kevin Stocker at short, Scott Rowland is at third. Rex Hudler is getting the start in left field, Midre Cummings in center, Tony Barron is the right fielder, Mike Lieberthal behind the plate, and as mentioned earlier, on the mound, 30-year-old right-hander Curt Schilling. Schill making his 32nd start of the year for the Phillies. He has a 15-10 record with a 2.86 earned run average. His 290 strikeouts leads the major league, and tonight needs just 10 to become only the second Philly in history to amass that magical 300 in strikeouts in a season. Of course, Steve Carlton holds that record, 310 strikeouts in the 1972 season. Schill coming off a game when he beat the Expos at the Big O last Saturday by a score of 5-3. Just another complete game for Schill, nothing different. 8 hits in that ball game, gave up 3 runs, walked 1, and for the 17th time this year, double-digit strikeouts with 10. That makes now 10 out of Schill's last 11 starts where he has struck out 10 batters or more.
And the one where he did not, he struck out 8 back on August the 10th in a shutout victory. Here he's facing Stan Javier, who swings first pitch. Line drive, Hudler, 1 out. Looking over Schilling's numbers, the only time the National League has had any success against Schill has been on the first pitch. On a count of 0-0, the league is hitting about 300 against him because they know he's going to go right at him.
Yeah, and that's why his numbers are so good here as you look at his per 9 averages. You know, Curt Schilling is a guy that almost always pitches ahead in the count, puts himself in a position. If you let him get ahead of you, then he's got those devastating weapons to put you away.
If he gets you 0-1 or 0-2, you're likely to hit about 165. That's high, a ball.
Likely grab a seat quickly.
Bill Miller takes. It's 2-0. Of course, this is the ball game that is a makeup from an August rainout. The San Francisco Giants forced to come across the country to play this one. And on a rainy day in Philadelphia, good to see the crowd that has come out both for Richie Ashburn and for Curt Schilling's performance tonight. 3-1. Didn't know what kind of group we might have had here tonight. Could have been quite intimate. It's 3-2. Steve Carlton started 41 ball games to get to 310 strikeouts. Looking for the high cheese. This the 32nd start for Curt Schilling. And crowd's got some juice, Teague.
They came ready.
3-2 pitch. Slapped the other way. The Los Angeles Dodgers have the night off. If San Francisco wins, it would be a flat-footed tie. High ball. This is in the second half. The ERA has dropped to 1.66, allowing fewer than 7 hits per 9 innings. So the average game, Schill gives up a run on 6 hits and strikes out 13.
And of course, that's a testimony to his conditioning. You know, a guy that throws as many pitches as he do normally toward the end of the season would wear down. Curt Schilling, because he's so well conditioned, just continues to get stronger and stronger.
Facing Barry Bonds, who fouls the ball just above us. Bonds, a 30-30 guy, steals and home runs for the 5th time in his career, tying his father for the major league record. Strike call. 0-2. He's had 1 home run in 30 at-bats, plus the 9 walks against Schilling. And again, with 2 strikes, the crowd gets into it. Up a little bit high. It's Rich Rieker, the young umpire behind home plate. In for a vacationing Eric Gray in the dirt. Rieker, Pulley, Bonat, and walking Bob Davidson, who got Matt Beach last night at third base. Good dig by Mike Lieberthal. It's 2-2 on Bonds with Miller at first and 1 out. High again. San Francisco's lineup has 5 switch hitters tonight.
In fact, the only right-handed hitter that Schilling will face the entire evening is Jeff Kent, the number 4 hitter for the San Francisco Giants. All the switch hitters, of course, will be on the left side, as well as those who swing from the left side like Bonds.
Runner goes, fouled back. It's still 3-2. We're talking to Terry Francona about Schilling's work. And he said earlier in the season, because Schill had such a limited margin for error, he went for the strikeout more, figuring that a run or a scratch base hit might have cost him. And that is how the number began to build, and he's just built on top of it. And I asked Schilling about that. He said, well, maybe subliminally I had that disposition. Close play. Pulley says safe at first. You know, they say home run hitters shouldn't go for home runs. Should strikeout pitchers go for strikeouts?
Well, I don't think you do consciously, but subconsciously, as you mentioned, in the back of your mind, you're always looking because you know you're capable of doing it.
Runner goes. Ground ball second base, so they'll stay out of the double play Bonds retired on the Tapper 4-3. And as Teague said, the lone right-hander, Jeff Kent. Kent having a career year with 26 home runs, 108 RBIs. To Roland, who will take the extra hop. No strikeouts, but a strong first inning for that man, Curt Schilling. Phillies back. Home first, scoreless.
Anything in life that's worth going after is worth saving for. And there's just one place to go for the best ways to save. At Mellon, we have a full range of investment and checking options for you to choose from. Right now, you can come to Mellon for a deal this good. So stop by any of our offices or call us at 1-800-MELLON-24. Mellon, it's where you're going.
If you want more standard power than Accord and Camry and more passenger comfort starting at $16,695, then you want Ford Taurus.
This is the car I wanted. The right price, the right time.
Now is the time during Ford's factory authorized clearance. With $1,500 cash back, Ford Taurus is clearance price starting at $16,695, nicely equipped.
It's safe, it's powerful, and it's affordable.
Ford Taurus, the one you want during Ford's factory authorized clearance at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
The Phillies say thank you in a day full of prizes and surprises. It's Fan Appreciation Day, Sunday, September 28th at 1:35, when the Phillies play the Florida Marlins with Darren Dalton. Call 463-1000.
Bottom first, Philadelphia Phillies set to face Wilson Alvarez for the first time ever. And here's their lineup: Midre Cummings, Mickey Morandini, Scott Rowland. Mike Lieberthal will bat 4. Rex Hudler, Rico Brogna, Tony Barrett, Kevin Stocker, and Curt Schilling.
Defensively for the San Francisco Giants, they have J.T. Snow at first, Jeff Kent the second baseman, Jose Vizcaíno is the shortstop, Bill Miller is at third. Barry Bonds is in left, Stan Javier in center, Jacob Cruz, a September call-up, gets the start in right. Damon Berryhill behind the plate, and on the mound, 6'1", 235-pound left-hander is Wilson Alvarez. Take a look at the numbers on Alvarez. Those are his combined numbers between the White Sox and the San Francisco Giants. He's making his 8th start of the year for the Giants and his 30th start overall. In his previous 7 Giants starts, he is 3-2 with a 5.36 earned run average. He had a no decision in the Giants' 5-3 win over the Astros last Saturday, going 6 2/3, giving up 4 hits, a couple runs, 3 walks, and a big strikeout game for Alvarez as he came along with 12 of them.
And by the numbers, it's best to get to him early, as his best totals are in the middle innings. Left-hander will face Midre Cummings to start the ball game.
First pitch over for a strike. Alvarez was acquired along with Danny Darwin and Roberto Hernandez in that big trade from the Chicago White Sox to the San Francisco Giants back on July 31st. The Giants sent 6 minor leaguers to the White Sox, so White Sox moving a lot of veteran players. Giants depleting their farm system somewhat.
Thought they could make a run, and they really have hung very tough against the Dodgers. Off speed, outside corner, 1-2. Alvarez is a quality starting pitcher. Prior to the All-Star break, his ERA was 2.57. It is just about doubled, however, since the All-Star break. Late swing Cummings out number 1.
Take a look at our Nissan scouting report for this evening on Wilson Alvarez, a big left-hander for San Francisco. He's got a good fastball, 90-mile-an-hour plus moves, a sharp breaking curve. Those are his 2 best weapons. Also throws a slider and a change. He will throw a lot of pitches over the course of the game. He will run deep counts quite often, and if you get a chance to make him field the ball, do it. He doesn't move around very well around the mound. Not real good at fielding bunts or throwing to the bases. What he does best is throw the ball plateward.
A 70-game Major League winner with a lifetime ERA of 3.85 facing the Phillies for the first time. what's the basic strategy when you're facing even a veteran pitcher like this for the first time?
Well, I think, you go over the scouting report, and obviously Alvarez, if he throws a lot of pitches, you want to make sure early in the count to get a good pitch to hit. Do not help him out. Allow him to go ahead and do that.
Just missed.
Also, guys early in the ballgame, Cummings and now Morandini will try to take some pitches. You haven't seen Alvarez's stuff in person before, so take a few pitches, get an idea how big that breaking ball is, how quick is the fastball. It will help you later on in the ballgame.
2-1 to Mickey. Late swing. Looks kind of sneaky quick. At 92 miles an hour on the fastball.
Alvarez got that kind of motion where he kind of just lulls you to sleep with a real slow windup, and then all of a sudden, bingo, the ball jumps at you at the plate.
High, it's 3-2. The only Philly in the lineup tonight who has faced Alvarez is Rex Hudler, and Hudler has outstanding career numbers against Alvarez. So Mickey is aboard. We'd like to send our condolences tonight along to the family of Phillies public relations man Gene Diaz, who lost his grandmother Carolyn Diaz this morning in Massachusetts. Gene and Caroline extremely close throughout his life, and our sympathies go to the Diaz family as well this evening. Here's Scott Rowland. Strike called relatively high leg kick out of Alvarez. I know you got your peepers on him right now. You you want to see what he's got.
Well, as does everybody on the Philadelphia bench. You haven't seen Alvarez, so you're doing your own scouting report on the fly. Morandini with a pretty good lead over there at first base, just a little bit short of the cutout.
Slide step, swing and a miss. So he showed a little bit different look there.
And that's exactly what you're looking for. Will he use the slide step? If he doesn't, then later on in the ballgame, you can anticipate a throw home with that big leg kick and take advantage of it. But now you plant that away. Okay, he will use the slide step. Got to be a little more cautious.
0-2 on Rowland. Foul to the screen. Scott Rowland, of course, is en route to a Rookie of the Year celebration. In terms of batting average, he is 4th among those with more than 170 at-bats. He is pretty much first across the board in all other categories. High with the off-speed pitch.
Of course, Rowland going through the same thing that everyone on that list and every rookie in the league is going through right now. This is the first time that they've played baseball in the month of September. During your minor league career, basically the season ends September 1st. Physically trying to get yourself used to playing that is something that you can't do except by playing the month of September. And you always look for rookies' numbers to fall off just slightly in the month of September because of the fatigue factor. Their body's just not used to playing the full 6-month season.
And were it not for Hideo Nomo, Scott might be looking at a 162 game schedule. Inside. Scott's been hit a dozen times, far and away the club leader. A lot of those in about a month stretch mid-season where everybody was coming in on him to see how he'd react to it. And that amplifies your September point right there. Fought it back to 2-2. Different pickoff attempt from Alvarez. Yet to really see a good one. Mickey taking a relatively healthy lead to give everybody a look at Alvarez. He is now out to the cutout. That's foul. Whizzing by John Vukovic, Phillies third base coach.
Well, the word I have on Alvarez is that he doesn't have one of those hang you out to dry moves at first base. He'll use that big leg kick, and then every once in a while, we've noticed already, he will slide step, but not one of those ones that'll freeze you over there.
Strike 3 called, and Scotty knew it. Poured a fastball over the inside corner. Strikeout number 2, out number 2.
Real good pitch right here by Alvarez as he throws the fastball right on the inside corner. Scotty protecting the entire plate with 2 strikes. Not able to pull the trigger.
Now here's Mike Lieberthal. Strike called. Lieberthal hitting .316 since the All-Star break, making his 105th start of 1997. And I guess taking games against teams still in the pennant hunt, Terry Francona is going to run his pretty much everyday lineup out there as much as possible.
Well, Terry's made the statement that, he's going to play the guys that have earned the right to play. And, that's the Stockers and the Morandinis, the Rollins, the Brunions, the guys that have played all year long, Mike Lieberthal in that category. He said, I'm not going to really run out of one team against people who are in contention and another team against people who are not. He says, my job is to send, the guys out there that deserve to play, and whoever we happen to be playing, so be it. There are some managers that are in a situation in September with a lot of new players that will play the rookies against the teams that are out of contention and go back to the A lineup against the teams in contention. Terry doesn't believe in that.
Well, most of the Phillies' schedule the rest of the way is against contending teams, too. That's away. 1-2. Somber evening here at the ballpark on a night when the Phillies in Philadelphia paid tribute to the late Richie Ashburn in moving pregame ceremonies. We are in the bottom of the first, scoreless. Just missed inside. John Vukovich going through a series of signs. 2-2. Morandini's lead has been pretty much a one-way as they learn about Alvarez. See if he's in motion on the 2-2. He is not. High to right field. That's Jacob Cruz shy of the warning track. Out number 3. A scoreless inning in the books at Veterans Stadium.
Baby Blueprints from Independence Blue Cross is a maternity program designed to assist mothers and identify risk factors early in pregnancy.
I had a difficult last pregnancy, and Kate at Baby Blueprints, she was great. She arranged everything, and she was very comforting to talk to on the phone.
Managing high-risk pregnancies is a very challenging job, but it's really worth it in the end.
Baby Blueprints from Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. Another reason you can lean on us.
If you've been postponing the purchase of a brand new truck, the Dodge Big Summer Clearance plays right into your hands. You see, it's even bigger than you might think. With up to $13.50 off on a Dodge Dakota or up to $11.85 in package value discounts on a Dodge Ram. So hurry to the Dodge Big Summer Clearance. Because if you haven't figured it out already, it's big. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
I teach first grade.
I teach high school classes.
As soon as school gets out, we pack up our camper and we start out traveling. We get Scotty's schedule and we decide where we're going to go. We're all loaded up with groceries and clothes and the dog. And
We'd much rather be out in the woods than we would downtown somewhere.
we love to follow them. We like to see the different ballparks. Other guys might think, well, gee, his parents are camping instead of in motels like ours. But to Scotty, he's used to that. He'd be surprised if we didn't.
Disc bearing the uniform number of Richie Ashburn, draped in black, crowned in flowers, as it will remain throughout the remainder of the 1997 season. The radio booth just to our left has been renamed the Whitey Ashburn broadcast booth with the quote, "This game's easy, Harry."
And for Whitey, I think it was. For the rest of us, not quite the case.
JT Snow leads off against Kurt Schilling.
I just want to make a mention about that plaque outside of the broadcast booth. I had a similar situation in Pittsburgh with a longtime clubhouse man that passed away in Pittsburgh. They dedicated the Pittsburgh Pirate Clubhouse to him, and they put a plaque on the wall outside. And I I've developed a habit over the years of every time I walk into that clubhouse just kind of reaching out and rubbing the plaque, and I got a feeling I'm going to be doing the same thing on the plaque outside the radio booth. And every time you go in there, it's a great way to just give you a little bit of a reminder about how great Richie Ashburn was and what he meant to all of us.
Just say hi. Kurt Schilling behind 2-1 on the power hitting Snow. 2-2. Snow, one of the switch hitters, the 5 in the lineup tonight, whose numbers are most divergent. This obviously is stronger side.
I would guess so. 24 of his 25 home runs have come from the left side. And here comes the crowd again with 2 strikes.
Lieberthal will tag him. Strike 3. Number 291 for Schilling and the first of the night.
Take a look right here at the first strikeout of the evening for Kurt Schilling. It's that splitter down in the dirt. Actually, it gets right through Mike Lieberthal's legs, but Kurt Schilling able to retire number 1. That makes it 291 on the season, and yep, getting closer and closer to lefty. Got a lefty all around him there, doesn't he?
He sure does.
That's pretty good company.
He is already by far the leading right-handed strikeout performer in a single season for the Phils. Young Jacob Cruz, who tore up the Pacific Coast League in '96. September call-up, 3 for 16 in the early going. One and one. Cruz with the open stance. The target's away and the pitch is right there. As Schilling begins to find his 4 quadrants.
See that fastball at 94 mile an hour right on the outside corner from Kurt Schilling. And you know, we've seen this all year long from Kurt. It's a matter of how long does it take him to get zoned in with his location. Always got some pretty good stuff to throw at you.
Check swing foul to the photo booth. Still 1-2.
Of course, those nights when Kurt comes out and he's right on the beam from pitch 1, those are the nights when the devastating numbers come up. He was that way 2 starts ago against the Dodgers when he struck out 16. He was right on the corners from the first pitch of the ball game right through the last.
Again, the crowd gets involved on the 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. Says Bob Davidson. Still 2-2. This the hard splitter out of Schill.
Yeah, we haven't seen him using this a whole lot, but now he's using it again as it breaks down and into the left-hander Cruz. Was able to hold up.
Targets away, pitches up and away, and fouled off. Cruz is a significant prospect in the Giants organization, who led the Pacific Coast League in hitting at .361 with 94 RBIs, 45 doubles. So he is certainly in their plans. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. As Schill busted him in and threw it by him. Strikeout number 2.
And here comes the location from Kurt Schilling. Watch Lieberthal slide to the inside after working Cruz away, right over the top of it. Get him looking away, and then if you have the ability to put the ball where you want to, you can tie the hitters up, and that's exactly what Kurt Schilling did to Jacob Cruz.
That was 96 on the gun, and it still had the downward action to it like the splitter. Jose Vizcaino takes strike 1. Vizcaino slightly better as a left-hand hitter. One of the 5 switch hitters. Targets away, pitches in and under the glove of Schilling. Morandini can't get to it either. So the first base hit of the ball game, a seeing eye single for Jose Vizcaino.
I think there might be 2 guys on this play to tell you they should have caught the ball. Vizcaino doesn't hit the ball that hard to the glove side. Schilling just misses it as it goes through it, and then Morandini has it go just under his glove.
Vizcaino's speed, Mickey might not have had a play.
Also, with the rain in the area today, the turf is wet in spots in the infield. And sometimes when the ball hits one of those wet spots, it's going to skid as opposed to coming up like you anticipate.
Here's Damon Berryhill, just a couple of days removed from the disabled list.
Don't know if that was the case for Kurt Schilling on that last ball, as the area in front of home plate is pretty dry, but that last hop to Morandini behind the second base bag was in that wet spot.
A scooter. Fastball. 1-1. Berryhill's been on the DL a couple of times this year. Just 2 hits and 13 at bats against Schilling. Had a broken finger, bad hamstring, one early, one late. So just 144 at bats on the season. High ball. It's 2-1. The Giants will immediately leave following the game for a big series at Florida. Phils will remain home to see Cincinnati. The 2-1, fouled straight back. Berryhill had a good cut at a fastball. Veteran skipper Dusty Baker, very much in charge. Has to be getting some Manager of the Year consideration, wouldn't you think?
Oh, yeah. Who would have thought in the month of April that Dusty Baker would have had his ball club in contention for the National League West? They were picked by almost everybody to be dead last.
2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, but it gets through. Vizcaino on the move. So Berryhill, strikeout victim. We'll see if it's a passed ball or wild pitch on the splitter. Wild pitch it is.
Yeah, Lieberthal on the outside, and that splitter just kind of cut inside on Berryhill. Mike not able to get over and get it corralled as it goes to the backstop. One of those pitches that not only the movement caused a problem for Lieberthal, but also the location, as he was looking for a pitch outside and got one on the inside part.
So Wilson Alvarez, who's got 1 hit and 16 at bats. Well, Schilling's done a lot of things this year. How about a 4 strikeout inning? Don't get that too often.
No, you don't. Schill got 3 in the books, looking for number 4.
Likely victim. Tapper, foul, 0-2. And that rhythmic chant begins again from the Veteran Stadium crowd. Just off the glove of Lieberthal. It's still 0-2. Schilling not wasting a lot of pitches, goes right after Alvarez with high heat. 0-2. That fastball at 97 miles an hour, as fast as tonight.
Because Alvarez spent his whole career in the American League, so he has not batted until he joined the San Francisco Giants.
In the dirt. Good block, Lieberthal.
And to his credit, in limited times to the plate, Alvarez has been to the plate 13 times. He has only struck out 4, so he has been able to get the bat on the ball.
And has a hit.
And an RBI. Of course, they weren't all against Kurt Schilling either.
Here's the 1-2. Up and away. It's 2-2. This will be the 40th pitch for Kurt Schilling. The count runs full on Alvarez. So Vizcaino, with good speed, will get a good start at second. Berryhill from first. Cummings and Hudler extremely shallow in left and center. Fouled off. It would be awfully difficult to score were it not for the 3-2 count.
Yeah, the Giants get an advantage here with the defense set up the way it is, with Cummings and Hudler so shallow on the opposite side. But with Vizcaino now on the move with 3 and 2 and 2 outs, he should be able to score on a base hit by Alvarez. Of course, the base hit should be the tough part to come up with.
To right field and hit well. Barron in front of the track, has room. Out number 3. Through an inning and a half, we're still scoreless. Kurt Schilly's got 3 strikeouts.
Hey, it's me again. So now I'm thinking, this movie channel Stars is really a good thing. If only I could see it all the time.
Good news, Prism customers.
I knew it.
Starting October 1st, Stars will be full-time, with movies too big to miss.
Okay, I want to see Stars. But what about my sports?
More good news. Sports goes to its own channel, Sportsnet, part of your regular cable service.
This guy's got an answer for everything.
You've been smart to hold off buying a new car because the Dodge Big Summer Clearance plays right into your hands. You see, it's even bigger than you might think. On Neon and Stratus, get $1,000 cash back. On Intrepid, get up to $1,500 cash back. So hurry to the Dodge Big Summer Clearance, because if you haven't figured it out already, it's big. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Anything in life that's worth going after is worth saving for. And there's just one place to go for the best ways to save. At Mellon, we have a full range of investment and checking options for you to choose from. Right now, you can come to Mellon for a deal this good. So stop by any of our offices or call us at 1-800-MELLON-24. Mellon, it's where you're going.
This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Phillies and may not be reproduced nor retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Phils. Of course, the San Francisco Giants made the huge trade on July the 31st to pick up Alvarez, Hernandez, and Darwin. The results, I guess, Teak, you'd have to call them mixed.
Yeah, really. The guys, they have not produced the way the San Francisco Giants had expected them to. You see, the team ERA has actually gone up almost half a run since those 3 have arrived, and they have been part of the contributing problem. Only Roberto Hernandez with a good earned run average over that period of time. But the bottom line for the San Francisco Giants is, as a club, they are within a half a game of the Los Angeles Dodgers, and at this time of the year, that's all that counts. And you've got some veteran pitchers on your staff to go down the stretch with.
And Alvarez is that. He is an inning eater. Now has had 30 or more starts in 3 consecutive seasons. But a guy that has owned him in the American League, Rex Hudler. I'm sure Terry Francona saw these kind of numbers when he made out his lineup card tonight. Hud shows bunt, takes high. That is enough of a sampling to have some significance. 10 for 17 against Wilson Alvarez. One and one. Takes that. 1 and 2. Butler's been limited by a series of injuries this year to just 94 at-bats. Ripped to the gap in left center field. On the run is Javier, and he pulls it down. Stan Javier with a fine running catch. Shy of the track in deep left center field, 1 out.
Butler hits his ball hard into almost straightaway center field, a little bit toward left field side. Javier playing toward right center, but playing extremely deep, able to get over and catch that ball just about 2 steps short of the warning track. Javier a long way to go because he was over on the right center field side, but fortunately for the Giants, he was also playing deep, which gave him the time to get there. These Giant outfielders do play back.
Facing Rico Bruni, you see Javier looking over the youngster Cruz in right field and saying, come this way. A little defensive work from the veteran Javier for the youngster. They try to play Bruni more to the gap in right center. Javier also again playing Bruni as an opposite field hitter. and as you said, quite deep.
You know, the San Francisco Giants have always played their outfielders deep. They feel that they're better at coming in than they are going back, so start back and then come in.
They'll start back here, but plenty of time and room. That's about 800 feet worth of outs for the Phillies' first two batters. This homestand will resume tomorrow when Cincinnati comes in for a doubleheader 5:05 start. Run the bases after the game on Saturday, all fans 14 and under, and Bell Atlantic Mobile Workout Jacket Day Sunday. Then the Mets come in for a doubleheader on Monday, and we conclude the homestand Tuesday with a 7:05 start. Order your tickets easily by phone at 463-1000 or stop by a Ticketmaster location. Here's Tony Barrett. Outside corner. No, off the outside corner. 1-0. Barron's been scuffling for his base hits just a little bit lately. Says he's had a hard time laying off the high fastball.
When you get to this league, that high fastball has normally got a little giddy up. The guys that throw it up there can get it there pretty quick.
Right there, it's 2-1. Off speed, swing and a miss. Barron hitting at .333 against left-hand pitching. To our right, it's still 2-2. Alvarez has struck out 2, walked 1, yet to yield a base hit. Foul tip hung on to by Damon Berryhill. Strikeout number 3 for Alvarez. So through 2 full, we are scoreless at the vet.
Now boarding gate 10.
Instead of taking the bus, we suggest Mazda MPV, the 4-wheel drive Mazda All-Sport. I want it all. The sport utility minivan. Adjustable seats, 4 swing outdoors. Handles like a car. Mazda MPV. Because you want it all. Mazda MPV. Lease for $299 a month.
The staff and the management here at the Philadelphia Zoo are making the switch to Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield.
It makes us feel valued to know that they've given us a better plan.
Blue Cross Blue Shield is going to be the greatest thing that we ever had. It's just really going to work out well, not only for me personally, but for my membership.
Go all blue with Keystone Health Plan East, Personal Choice, or our traditional coverage from Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. The folks you can lean on.
I got chills, they're multiplying. Ford Explorer. Power, room, comfort, and 4.8 financing. It's everything you want.
A finance rate like this is going to save us over $3,000.
I like that. Now, during Ford's factory authorized clearance, get 4.8% financing on Ford Explorer. Or drive an Explorer XLT for only $299 a month. Save now during Ford's factory authorized clearance at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
Free workout jacket for fans 14 and under. Compliments of Bell Atlantic Mobile. When the Phillies play the Reds, Sunday, September 14th at 1:35. Great seat location starting at just $5. Call 463-1000.
Scoreless as we move to the third. San Francisco a half game back of LA in the race for the top spot in the West. And Stan Javier will lead off. Javier, of course, spent most of the season as a Philadelphia Philly back in 1992. Much traveled at 34 years of age. First pitch swinging, fouls it back. Javier out of the Dominican Republic. Everyone knows of San Pedro de Macorís from the shortstop factory. He is from San Francisco de Macorís. So it's fitting he's having his best year as a Giant. To our left, it's 0-2.
And again with 2 strikes, the crowd begs for a third. Tapper comes up and gets a piece of Javier near that left shoulder, and he'll take a moment to recollect himself. For as consistent as Schilling has been, Teague, we've seen virtually every start. He's a different pitcher from time to time. Tonight we've seen more split-fingered pitches than we've seen in recent outings.
Yeah, Schill kind of goes, he'll warm up and find out what he thinks is working best, and then all of a sudden work his game plan around that. Of course, he has so many weapons that he has the ability to adjust how he's going to approach hitters according to what is working on a particular evening.
Here's the 0-2. Backs him off the plate, 1-2.
Of course, there are many, many pitchers in this league that if their number 1 weapon is not on cue that evening, they're in trouble. Of course, Curt Schilling has about 3 or 4 number 1 weapons. It's just a matter of which one is 1A on a particular night.
It's 2-2. Has thrown more pitches than any other pitcher in the major leagues.
Right here, the breaking ball from Schilling as he spins that one down and in. Something he started using a little more early in the season. In fact, I think it was against the San Francisco Giants on the West Coast. He started throwing that slider more often.
Defensive little half swing. Javier stays alive. Still 2-2. And here comes that 2-2. Got him looking. Strikeout number 4 for Curt Schilling as he paints the inside corner.
Put another one on the wall. Curt Schilling again, perfect location. Inside corner, just freezes Javier as he skips away from the plate. Curt Schilling can place the ball so well because his delivery for a big guy is really compact. You never see him off balance. Everything under control throughout the entire delivery.
Bill Miller goes up first pitch swinging again.
Of course, that's not difficult for that to happen when you have a guy that is not an overpowering type pitcher, but you would think to generate that kind of arm speed and that kind of leg drive to throw the ball as hard as Schilling does, that you would get out of sync, but he has the great ability to keep his body under control and still generate that speed.
It's 0-2 again. We saw those gentlemen putting the K's up, and it's not that they are having some dyslexic response. I guess they're using the Kent Jacoby got him looking, and with the backwards K.
And also keeping count. 394, change the number, 395. Change the cards, there you go. They're right on top of it.
This is an unhittable pitch here.
The hitters walk back to the bench and go, how could I have hit that? That thing just dives right down in the dirt on Bill Miller. You have to be conscious of a high fastball by Schilling, and then he throws that splitter, almost impossible to hit.
5 of his last 6 outs being the strikeout. Here's Bonds off speed, swing and a miss.
And now with every strikeout and every strike, this crowd just roaring louder and louder as Curt Schilling getting into his groove.
Has 3 pitches working right now. Fastball, curveball, splitter. Fastball away, it's 1-1. Schilling has given Mike Lieberthal so much credit this year as they have been in sync. And a lot of the development in Lieberthal has been in the ability to catch Curt Schilling. And go with the game plan. 2-1 pitch. Hit high and deep to left center field. Hudler's at the track. What a catch. Rex Hudler over the shoulder for out number 3. The underdog cruises under that one on the track to keep our ball game scoreless.
Take a look, Rex Hudler, no more room, up in the air, right against the pad, makes the catch.
Why does Bell Atlantic 9X Mobile have the most advanced digital network on the East Coast? So your cell phone will work here, It works way out here and here. In fact, to ensure that you'll have enhanced voice clarity and privacy, we built a digital network of monumental proportions. After all, a cell phone is only as good as the network it's on. Choose Bell Atlantic 9X Mobile.
You've been smart to hold off buying a new car because the Dodge Big Summer Clearance plays right into your hands. You see, it's even bigger than you might think.
On Neon and Stratus, get $1,000 cash back. On Intrepid, get up to $1,500 cash back.
So hurry to the Dodge Big Summer Clearance, because if you haven't figured it out already, it's big. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Wonderful catch by the Wonder Dog, Rex Hudler, to end the third, as Bonds didn't quite get all of it, Teague.
I got it out on the end of the bat just a little bit. Thought he had enough of it, but didn't, as Rex Hudler takes one quick peek to see where the wall is. I've got just enough room. I've got the ball. Mr. Bonds, take a seat. Bonds thinks that's going to get over. Darn!
And Kurt Schilling, who acknowledges his fielders at every opportunity, waited for Rex to come on in. They had a smile and a high five. Hey, at least Bonds was running that one out. Off speed by Stocker in the hole. Long throw, Vizcaíno off balance, offline. Kevin Stocker, a leadoff base runner. Base hit. First yielded by Alvarez, and it puts Schilling in a sacrifice position.
Vizcaíno tries to run around this ball and get a little something on the throw, but not able to get enough on it to keep it on line as J.T. Snow pulled off the bag at first base. Kevin Stocker with an infield hit, the first of the night for the Phillies, and that'll give Kurt Schilling, who leads this club with 10 sacrifice bunts, a chance to move Stocker into scoring position. Phillies trying to get the first run of the game.
And his bunted foul in and out of Berryhill's glove. It's an amazing testament to the amount of work Kurt Schilling has done. He has 72 official at-bats, plus the 10 sacrifices. Almost twice as many plate appearances as any other Phillies pitcher. And a 194 overall average. Miller and Snow will come a charging. Ooh! Stocker leaning, dives back safely.
We talked earlier on about how Alvarez can kind of sneak the ball up on you at home plate. It appeared on that first pitch to Schilling that even though he was turned around to bunt, that the ball got on top of him a little quicker than he expected, as he didn't get the hands quite out in front to bunt the ball.
Again, he squares around and the throw goes over. And Miller comes in even closer at third base. A bunt down the third base side. Difficult to advance your runner here. In the air, on the ground. 0-2, as he was just a little bit too close to the on-deck circle for Damon Berryhill to get there. And maybe Schill will take a hack 0-2.
Well, he'll get the word from John Vukovic, as will Kevin Stocker at first base on what we're doing in this situation. Schill was trying to direct that ball, that last bunt down the first base side, just popped it up that way. Schill scoring the bunt again, scoring early.
Good check over move.
Of course, many times this year we've seen Schilling show bunt and then turn around and, with that slug bunt, swing the bat. Or at least it appeared to me on that attempt that Schilling was around the bunt all the way.
High pitch, bunted, strike 3. Strikeout number 3 for Alvarez. Certainly not an easy pitch to try to get down. Make it number 4.
Yeah, Alvarez with that high riding fastball up above the strike zone. Schilling trying to punch it down the first base side, not able to get there. So Kurt Schilling, who leads the club in sacrifice bunts, unable to get the job done this time around.
Cummings has a big hole right side to shoot through. Off-speed pitches pop Bond's way, short left field. Fair ball, 2 outs. And
not sure what we got going on.
Kevin
here.
Stocker was on the run all the way. Cummings will go back, is being sent back to the batter's box, and that may have been a balk.
Must have been a ball. Kevin Stocker staying at second base. I didn't see any indication from any of the umpires. Was supposed to pitch on the way.
A balk was called. We do have Bob Davidson, the third base umpire.
Take a look right here as Alvarez comes plateward. Now it's hard to balk when you throw the ball toward home plate.
No argument. There's Bob Davidson.
But obviously it is a balk because Kevin Stocker is now at second. Midray Cummings back to the plate. Give you a follow-up on that rule, Larry. You let the play go ahead and continue if the pitcher balks and throws the ball to home plate. If Cummings gets a base hit, he is allowed to retain the base hit. If indeed he flies out like he did, then Stocker gets second and you go back to it's no pitch. So Cummings starting over with no count, now 1 ball and no strikes. It's the offensive team's option which call to take, and then of course with the fly out to left field, the Phillies opted to take the balk call.
So that got the sacrifice done for Kurt Schilling. 1-0 on Midray Cummings. Ripped to right field. But right there is Cruz. 2 outs. Stocker may have lost track of the outs. He's doubled up off second base. And down go the Phillies in the third. No runs. They get their first hit. We are scoreless through 3.
Announcing Ford's factory authorized clearance.
Best time of the year to buy.
Now is the best time to get the one you want. Like Ford Escort with low 2.9 financing for 48 months or $1,000 cash back. Or get a Ford Ranger with 2.9 financing or $1,000 cash back.
Big selection, big savings. This is our biggest event of the year.
I would hurry.
It's back, it's big, it's what you want. Ford's factory authorized clearance at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
You're the one that I want.
Anything in life that's worth going after is worth saving for. And there's just one place to go for the best ways to save. At Mellon, we have a full range of investment and checking options for you to choose from. Right now, you can come to Mellon for a deal this good. So stop by any of our offices or call us at 1-800-MELLON-24. Mellon, it's where you're going.
Free workout jacket for fans 14 and under. Compliments of Bell Atlantic Mobile when the Phillies play the Reds Sunday, September 14th at 1:35. Great seat location starting at just $5. Call 463-1000.
Kurt Schilling now at 295 strikeouts with 5 on the night, approaching the 300 strikeout plateau. You don't have to be a Hall of Famer to not have picked up 300 in a season. These are some of the guys that never had 300, including Tom Terrific. Schilling has passed that number.
Yeah, and these are guys that got strikeouts. You look at their rankings in all time. You know, Blyleven, third all time in strikeouts, never got 300 in a season. More guys: Bob Gibson, Jim Bunning, Roger Clemens, never struck out 300 in a season. Cy Young, never even came close. 210 was the season high. 300 strikeouts is very rare water.
Fine job, John DeSangro, our researcher down to the truck. Of course, we will share with you the names of some of those who have picked up 300. Jeff Kent leading off in the top of the 4th. Of course, the all-time right-hand pitcher single-season strikeout record is held by J.R. Richards at 313. Did it with the Houston Astros. And I I guess their pitching styles were somewhat similar. Although, you know, he was pretty much a pure power guy.
Yeah, he was a fastball slider type of pitcher. Of course, J.R. Richards pitched back in the day before the split finger fastball was invented. So, well, that's all he would have needed was another weapon.
Outside corner. It's 1-2. Sidearm ripped to center field, will fall for a base hit in front of Cummings as Curt Schilling dropped it down a la Teak for that base hit to center field.
Well, it sure took Jeff Kent by surprise. You can see by that look on his face, but Kent, to his credit, able to adjust and make the pitch. The ball stayed up in the middle of the plate. It was a breaking ball from Schilling, trying to throw it on the outside part and chase Kent out of there. Take a look and see what Schill thought about it after he threw that sidearm breaking ball. Nope, that wasn't what the result I was looking for.
Just stayed up on him a little bit?
Yeah, it stayed up and stayed in the middle of the plate. Of course, we've seen Schilling do a little bit more of that recently, drop down on occasion. Of course, it's still just as important as when you throw over the top. Get it in the right spot. That time Schilling didn't. Up and over the plate.
Snow was the first strikeout victim of the night by Schilling in the second. Phil's hoping for 2. To left field and foul. 1-1. Scoreless ball game, just 3 hits in the game so far. The pitchers have had it their way in the early going. Line to Stocker, one there. He will not be able to release with a double play, but Kevin hard to his left for out number 1.
Stocker makes a mistake on the bases in the bottom of the third, but comes up with a gem defensively here in the top of the fourth as he dives up the middle. Ball by J.T. Snow was hit right on the button. The fastball away, lined it toward the middle, but Kevin Stocker with the big eraser sends him back to the bench.
And Stock will give credit to Scott Rowland after the ball game because Rowland allows him to be in position to make that play. As he shades the middle with the range of Rowland. Young Jacob Cruz struck out in his first at-bat. Here's Scott, who goes so well to his left. Stocker says it increases his range by a good couple of steps on balls up the middle. Just off the outside corner. 1-1. Phillies have played dynamite infield defense throughout the course of the season. Obviously, it's noticed much more now that the club has been winning since the All-Star break. But the glove work on the infield has been there all year long. Quick move by Schilling.
Well, that's one thing Terry Francona said about his ball club even back in spring training. I know we're going to play good infield defense, and indeed the Phillies have lived up to that billing. Very, very proud of the fact that he's got 4 solid glove men in the infield.
That will reach the stands, back a third. 1-2 on Jacob Cruz.
Of course, nobody appreciates that glove mark more than the man on the mound right there, Curt Schilling. Gives you the confidence to know that your defenders can cover the ground and make the plays if you can get them the ball in a tight situation.
Muggy night as you see Curt sweating through that cap again. Working hard as a 1-2 on the rookie Cruz. Tapper toward Rowland. Comes off his glove into foul territory. Good cover at third base by Schilling and Stocker. A tough hop near the cutout for Scott Rowland. We'll see how they score it.
I think this will be scored an error on Rowland as he comes in and tries to charge the ball to be able to get the double play. I mentioned right at the back of the cutout is where that ball hit and hopped up on Scotty a little bit, came off the glove. Is indeed ruled an error on Scott Rowland, who always plays the ball aggressively down there. This time, the aggressive play cost him an error.
And that was his only chance to get two, maybe.
Well, it's the only way you're going to get two. Yeah, if you lay back on that ball, you take the one out at second, and then, you know, but Rowland trying to get the double play, get the inning over with.
Here's Vizcaino. 0-1. Vizcaino with a ground ball base hit in the second. With those wide eyes, has had a solid season at 264. Oh, 2. Schilling always throws a lot of pitches, as power pitchers do. Just 23 balls, and Teague almost always that 2-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, he got that good ratio, but he's thrown a lot of pitches this evening. You mentioned a muggy inning, just one out here in the top of the 4th inning. So by the time this one's over, Schill will be near that 80 pitch mark at least, and that's, you know, going to be averaging at least 20 pitches an inning. That's a big number.
Up and away. 1-2.
When you look at a Schilling ball game, you're always looking for him to have 1 or 2 of those innings when he gets by on 6 or 7 pitches to kind of give himself a breather. It has not happened so far this evening.
He has 6 complete games, which by today's contemporary standards is quite high. Of course, we had compared, good play by a fan on the first row. We had compared the 72 season. Yep, nice glove work. Steve Carlton in 1972, 30 complete games.
That's sickening.
For a reliever, it is.
And, now it's, you know, and in 72, Carlton was working every 4th day, not every 5th day. That's 42 starts that year. So, you know, guys nowadays pitch on 4 days rest. Back then, lefty working on 3 days rest and through 30 complete games.
Win day. Up and in. It's 2-2. Phil's playing Vizcaino shallow and to the opposite field. In the dirt. Good weight shift by Lieberthal to keep it in front of him. It's a full count with 1 out. Kent at second. Cruz at first. And here comes Schilling's 3-2 to Vizcaino. Half swing foul the other way. As Vizcaino spoils a 97-mile-an-hour Schilling fastball. Still 3-2. Good battle going on right here. Up the middle, Morandini can step and throw. Good scoop by Brogna. And Schilling's out of trouble in the 4th. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. We head to the home 4th. Phillies looking for a run or more.
Jack Powell was a little big for his age.
Whoa, no way.
He had the body of a 40-year-old. Ow, Dad! But inside, he was all boy. Jack! Robin Williams.
Wow, not bad.
In the story of a kid with a grown-up heart. Jack. Only on Stars and no other movie channel.
I'm gonna give you something to scream about. Get over here. Get up. I can't. I'm talking to you. Get up. I can't. Stop crying. You're asking for it again.
For information about how you can help stop domestic violence, call us.
If you've been postponing the purchase of a brand new truck, the Dodge Big Summer Clearance plays right into your hands. You see, it's even bigger than you might think. With up to $13.50 off on a Dodge Dakota or up to $11.85 in package value discounts on a Dodge Ram. So hurry to the Dodge Big Summer Clearance. Because if you haven't figured it out already, it's big. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by your local Chevrolet Geo dealers. By Bell Atlantic 9X Mobile. For the most advanced digital network on the East Coast, choose Bell Atlantic 9X Mobile. By your local Dodge dealers. The more things change, the more things look like the new Dodge. By Pico Energy, focusing our energies on you. By Nissan, who remind you that life's a journey. Enjoy the ride. And by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. This Bud's for you. With Kent Jacoby, I'm Larry Rosen. Thanks for joining us tonight for Sports Channel's presentation of Phillies baseball. Still scoreless bottom four. Morandini, Rowland, and Lieberthal to face Wilson Alvarez. And a strike called. Alvarez has been around the plate. Phils have had just one runner in scoring position. Kevin Stocker erased on that line drive double play. Outside corner yet again. It's 0-2. Oh, you've seen Alvarez now for 3+ innings. Teak, what do you think?
I think he's everything that he's built to be, and I can't believe that he's got the earned run average that he has with the San Francisco Giants. He's got good stuff. Got that sneaky fastball and a good breaking ball, and able to put the ball pretty much where he's wanted to all night long. It doesn't look like a guy that would be struggling numbers-wise the way Alvarez is since joining the Giants.
ERA as a Giant is 5.36. In the dirt.
Just like I say, it's good control. He throws on about 3 feet out in front of the plate. Way to make me look bad, Wilson.
Phillies have not yet tested his somewhat suspect fielding ability in the early going. Of course, Morandini now with 2 strikes is in no position to lay one down. High fastball, swing and a miss. That is 5 strikeouts for Alvarez, 1 out in the 4th.
Another case of Philly hitters being behind the Alvarez fastball. Again, that one that's up above the belt. It's out of the strike zone, but when you have 2 strikes, you have a tendency to swing at balls that are up in that area, and Alvarez has shown a good determination tonight about being able to get it there.
What's gone through his mind as he throws that fastball by? Here's Scott Rowland. Curveball hit hard in the hole, and a base hit for Scotty. Phillies' second hit of the night. Rowland, a 1-out base runner as he jumped on the first pitch. Breaking ball, Teague, huh?
Couldn't tell. I had my head down when the pitch came on the way. I heard the crack of Scott Rowland's bat and peeked up. We'll take a look at it right here. Yes, indeed, it was the curveball, and it stayed on the inside half of the plate where Rowland could get his bat out in front and hit it through the hole.
He had struck him out looking on a fastball inside corner. So when Scott read the curveball, came up hacking. Lieberthal takes a fastball up and away. Alvarez has thrown just 50 pitches, has thrown just 18 balls. Mike Lieberthal, the 13th batter he's faced, so clearly he's been in command. Rowland back standing.
If indeed tonight we were in a battle of attrition between these 2 starting pitchers, Alvarez has the upper hand right now as Kurt Schilling through his first 4 innings of work approaching 80 pitches. Alvarez number much lower.
Off speed, hit high to short left field. Bonds drifts in. Out number 2. Of course, Dusty Baker has all kinds of options, as does Terry Francona, but there are 9 pitchers in that Giant bullpen behind Alvarez tonight.
In spite of the fact that they have the numbers advantage in the bullpen, it's hard to find a seat out there. That's exactly where the Phillies want to be. Get those guys up and moving around. The one guy you don't want to see is the one sitting on the end, Rod Beck. Because if he's in there, that means they're ahead in the 9th.
Here's Rex Hudler, tried to shoot one of the gap in his first at-bat, run down by Javier. Best both the Phillies have hit thus far off Alvarez. In the bottom of the fourth, each club with 2 hits. Every time there's a move to first, you look over Bob Davidson's way at third base and see if a balk call has been made. There was a balk call made earlier and no indication as to why against Alvarez. Off speed, 1-0. Roland's percentage is outstanding in attempting to steal bases and picks his spots very well. Hudler goes high and deep to left field.
We got 2.
Rex Hudler continues his ownership of Wilson Alvarez. 2-run home run. Phillies lead 2-0.
When you have good success against a pitcher, it always seems to be that the pitches are in an area where you can handle it. Take a look right here at the breaking ball from Alvarez as it just stays belt high on the inside half of the plate. Perfect place for Hudler to spin on it. Drives it off the scoreboard in the back of the Giants bullpen. You get the hangers when you hit them good, and when you're hitting somebody, if you have a tough time hitting somebody, they're all knee-high on the black.
That's home run number 3 for Hudler, and Schilling's got something to work with.
And the other part of that equation is when you get a pitch like that and you're a hot hitter like Rex Hudler is against Alvarez, you don't miss it.
Bronya hit one of the warning track in straightaway center field in his first at-bat. Outside corner, 1-2. Phillies 12 games over 500 in the season's second half. Ripped to left center field, and Javier, playing him perfectly, runs it down for out number 3. But Rex Hudler gives Philadelphia a 2-0 lead as he catches a curve ball and hits it a mile.
Here's a look at this week's Mellon PSFS Financial Scoreboard, featuring our best CD rates.
If you've been postponing the purchase of a brand new truck, the Dodge Big Summer Clearance plays right into your hands. You see, it's even bigger than you might think. With up to $13.50 off on a Dodge Dakota or up to $11.85 in package value discounts on a Dodge Ram. So hurry to the Dodge Big Summer Clearance, because if you haven't figured it out already, it's big. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
The final homestand in 1997 may indeed have postseason implications for the clubs coming to town. The Braves will be here Tuesday the 23rd, the 24th, and 25th, all 7:05 starts. Then the Marlins come in with Darren Dalton, Jim Eisenreich on the 26th, 27th, and a Fan Appreciation Day with prizes and surprises to close out the season Sunday, September 28th at 1:35. Make your plans to come on out and join us. Call 215-463-1000. The Hudler 2-run home run has staked Kirk Schilling to a 2-0 lead as we move to the top of the 5th, facing Berryhill, Alvarez, and Javier. Strike call. Berryhill, a strikeout victim who wound up on first base in his first at bat. High on the infield. Rowland takes charge. 1 out. Maybe this will be one of those 6-pitch innings for Schill.
Well, it'd be a good time for it. As we mentioned, he's thrown a lot of pitches through the first 4. Now he's got a little bit of a cushion as Rex Hudler provided it with a 2-run homer. Doesn't have to be quite so fine. It would be a great time to have one of those quick innings and get Schill back on the bench, let him regroup himself a little bit.
Here's Wilson Alvarez. Also high on the infield, and Stocker says he's got no trouble. 2 outs. 4 pitches, 2 pop-ups, 2 outs. Here's Stan Javier. Curt Schilling likely will have 3 additional starts following this one, if indeed he is kept right on pace. So 19 would be the win total that he could reach for. Whether Terry Francona would make a move to try to get him a shot at 20 would remain to be seen, but Terry has said all along that it's going to have to be something extraordinary to get him off the normal pattern he's used with Curt Schilling all along.
Yeah, and I think it would take a couple extraordinary moves to get Schill that extra start just by the way his starts fall. You need to pitch him, a day early 3 or 4 times, and there's just not enough time in the season for a guy like Curt Schilling, who throws so many pitches every ball game, to be able to do that. If you do that, you try to pick a spot where he has a low pitch game and then try to run him back a day early, but that won't happen with Schill.
Swing and a miss. 4 2/3, 5 strikeouts, 2 hits on 82 pitches. Schilling had said his #1 goal before the year, and he said it in Clearwater, was 250 innings, as he was proving the good health of his shoulder. He is over 230 for the season right now. Ripped to right field in front of Tony Barron. Big turn, Javier, but he'll stay there. 2-out base runner for Bill Miller.
Got Javier looking on the inside last time, called 3rd strike. Tries to come in again this time. Jams Javier a little bit, but he's able to get enough of it to get it up over the infield. Different credit to Javier, to having remembered what happened the time before and being able to make an adjustment.
Just off the outside corner. Rich Rieker, the young home plate umpire, has not given Schilling a lot of room for error, if you will, or latitude on that outside corner. (2-0). Has always hit well at this ballpark as young Bill Miller. Strike call. Javier with good speed at first. Short lead. The check overthrow from Schilling. Three and one.
Interesting when you watch Curt Schilling work, as masterful as he has been this year. I've noticed the last couple times around, he's now started to throw to first base just as he starts into his stretch. Most of the times prior to that, he would come all the way stretch.
That's the second walk issued, and a bad spot for it, as here comes Barry Bonds.
Of course, that's picking up and learning a little something from Tyler Green, who does that so well. So even Schilling, as well as he pitches and as much as he knows, as long as he's been around, can find little things to try to improve his game as he goes through a very good season.
Usually there's a couple of times in a ball game where you need to make a pitch. And this is that spot. 2 on, 2 out for San Francisco with Barry Bonds at the plate. One and 0. Bonds' numbers down with men in scoring position, and thus his overall RBI numbers are a little bit down at 88. Good pitch there, 1-1. The Schilling fastball at 94 miles an hour. Javier at second, Miller at first, 2 out. Bills up 2-0, top 5. Again, Lieberthal away. 1-2.
Pitch to Barry Bonds, you have to make good pitches consistently. Good fastball right there on the outside part that he fouls away over the Giant dugout. He can some kind of hit mistakes. Very seldom misses one of them, and what makes Barry Bonds such a good hitter is he also hits the good pitches pretty well. He is a challenge.
Compact swing, close stance, the 1-2, up and in.
Well, if he's fouling off the outside pitches, you try to come inside. Schilling a little bit high with this one as it's up above by the cap bill of Barry Bonds.
So it's 2-2. Down and in. The count is full. The runners will move with Jeff Kent waiting on deck. The 3-2 pitch hit hard the other way and foul. What a quick swing Bonds put on that, and even as quick as he was, he could not get around on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Ding. So here we go again on the 3-2. Tapper, right side, and foul. Bonds stays alive. Well, this is a quality matchup right here, T. Power on power.
Power on power, and two of the best in the National League. The old-fashioned heavyweight fight right here.
Again, the 3-2 from Schilling. Ball 4. Bonds lays off. Bonds will not go out of the strike zone. So Jeff Kent will bat with the bases loaded, 2 out.
Not
Bonds
unusual.
leading.
Yeah, not unusual for Barry Bonds to get a walk. They're not happy.
So now Javier at third, Miller at second, Bonds at first. All of this trouble with 2 out for Jeff Kent. Good pitch, 0-1. Kent's 26 home runs ties him. He's got great career numbers with the bases loaded for the all-time home run lead single season in San Francisco or in Giants history, with Rogers Hornsby as a second baseman. as he is building an outstanding season. Lieberthal sets in. Fastball in off the hands, and Cummings is right there. Big two-out pitch by Curt Schilling. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. The Giants threaten, but come away empty as we head to the bottom of the fifth.
First there was Prism, a movie channel and a sports channel. It's been great, but now things just got better.
Let me show you something.
Now there's Stars, a channel just for movies.
Be prepared to reap the whirlwind, gentlemen.
And a channel just for sports on regular cable.
Woo! Might make your head blow off.
To continue to get great movies, all you've got to do is call your cable operator and say,
I want to see Stars.
The plays last only a few seconds, but the memories live forever. Get into the game. Recapture the spirit. Catch the strategy. Bask in the glory. Honor the tradition. At the College Football Hall of Fame in South Bend, Indiana, where the play never ends.
We could not deny the RAV4 our top ranking.
The RAV4 breaks expected molds.
The RAV4 rides a great deal better than many a sedan.
Handling in both RAV4 models is excellent.
The all-new RAV4 recreational activity vehicle starts at only $15,118. Maybe we should start calling it the Rave 4.
Driving it is great fun.
Phillies Magazine, the official magazine of the Philadelphia Phillies. Its final edition of 1997 is out and on sale now at Veterans Stadium. You can order by phone at 215-463-1000. Purchase online at www.phillies.com. Final edition of Phillies Magazine for 1997. So Schilling survived the crucible of the top of the fifth. A big pitch to Jeff Kent. Alvarez facing Tony Barrett. Backdoor breaking ball, strike one. Barron, Stocker, and Schilling here in the fifth. Fastball, good swing by Barron, but fouled it back.
Barron again offering that high fastball that he's been trouble staying off of.
Inside, 1-2.
Alvarez going to go down and check the front of the mound right there. Fell awkwardly over toward the third base side after he made that pitch. Might have stepped. There usually develops a hole out in the front of the mound where the pitchers place their foot. He might have stepped on the side of that and threw him off balance. He was well over on the third base side of the mound when he finished up.
1-2 to Barron. Curveball right back at Alvarez. One out. Alvarez just at 61 pitches with one out in the fifth. Schilling 2 away from 100, and he takes the mound in the sixth.
And Schilling had that nice easy inning going when he retired the first two Giant hitters on 4 pitches last inning, but not able to finish it off as he ended up throwing again about 20 pitches in that inning.
Curt Schilling has thrown 3,627 pitches this year. Fouled back by Stocker.
And you've sat here and counted every one of them, right?
That's correct. That is an average of 118 per start.
I must admit, I have missed a couple.
Schilling's gone to around 140 a couple of times. Up and in, 1-1. That is the most pitches thrown by a major league pitcher this year. Stock's been at his best in situations like this where he needs to get on to allow the pitcher to sacrifice. So working the count to 2-1. 3-1. Kevin Stocker does his job and gives Curt Schilling a chance to sacrifice him along. It's funny, the Phils are a game back of LA for the best second half record in all of baseball. The Giants a half game back of LA for the lead in the Western Division. Phils have the best record in the Eastern Division since the All-Star break. They played .600 baseball. See if Schilling can get it down. Ball one. Schilling has a lot of company around home plate as he gets ready to bunt. Looks down to the signs from Vukovic.
That last pitch, J.T. Snow, who the previous time had been hanging back by the bag holding Kevin Stocker on, broke early toward the plate. Snow again coming a little sooner.
Will go to first base. So Schilling with sacrifice number 11 to lead the team. Miller had a notion to look at Stocker.
Yeah, Miller comes in. Schilling, the last time you remember, tried to bunt the ball down the first base side and was unable to against Alvarez. This time, drops it down in front of Bill Miller, the third baseman, gets the job done as Kevin Stocker moves into scoring position with 2 outs. Still getting congratulations from his teammates for a nicely placed bunt against a guy that's obviously tough to bunt on.
So Midre Cummings can pick up a run with a 2-out base hit. 1-0.
Giants pitching coach Dick Pohl on his way to the mound very quickly as Alvarez delivered that pitch high and outside to Cummings. See Alvarez down again, kicking around the front part of that mound.
That same spot.
That same spot that we saw him earlier having problems with. We haven't seen enough of Alvarez to know if he has problems later on in the ballgame with concentration, but you would almost get the feeling that the way Pohl came popping out of the dugout of that after that first pitch to Cummings, that was kind of one of those messages, hey, we're a 2-0 ball game, it's a close ball game, bear down right here, get this guy out.
And Cummings has hit .360 against left-hand pitching. Lefty to lefty, he's had his best success. 2-0. Been a little bit wild high when he's been out of the strike zone. Cummings takes all the way. It's 2-1. Kevin Stocker at second base, 2 out. Phils hold a 2-0 lead in what is now an official game, at least. To right field and shallow, a base hit. Here comes Cruz's throw. He double clutches, cut off, throw back. The run will count. Cummings is out there, but a 2-out base hit and good base running for Kevin Stocker fuels a 3-0 lead for Philadelphia. Base hit RBI for Cummings. Phil's up by 3.
You've been smart to hold off buying a new car because the Dodge Big Summer Clearance plays right into your hands. You see, it's even bigger than you might think.
On Neon and Stratus, get $1,000 cash back. On Intrepid, get up to $1,500 cash back.
So hurry to the Dodge Big Summer Clearance. Because if you haven't figured it out already, it's big.
See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Why does Bell Atlantic 9X Mobile have the most advanced digital network on the East Coast? So your cell phone will work here. And out here. It's perfectly clear here. In fact, to ensure that you'll have enhanced voice clarity and privacy, we built a digital network of monumental proportions. After all, a cell phone is only as good as the network it's on. Choose Bell Atlantic 9X Mobile.
Man, the Marlins and the Braves are coming to town. I gotta get ready.
Maddox, Smoltz. I'm not afraid of those guys. Cut me, Mick. Sheffield, Bonilla, Dalton. Remember, Bill, be there for Fan Appreciation Day, Sunday, September 28th.
Time now for our Discover Card payback playback of this evening. Let's take another look at the clutch two-out base hit by Midre Cummings. He lines the ball into right field. Runner Jacob Cruz. Cruz gets to it in a hurry. Takes one extra hop before he throws it. Kevin Stocker is going to score, but Cummings, just to make sure that Stocker gets across the plate, continues on to second base. Gives J.T. Snow the easy out at second, but assures the fact that there is not going to be a relay play on Stocker at the plate. In a low-scoring ball game where your pitcher is throwing well, every run counts. Make sure they get across the plate.
So Schilling's got 3 to work with as he prepares to make pitch number 99 of his evening to J.T. Snow. Schilling with 5 strikeouts. Up with the curveball. Has not struck out a batter since the 3rd inning. It'll be Snow, Cruz, and Vizcaíno in the 6th. To left field and slicing to the seats.
Part of the reason why Schilling's pitch count is so high, we see now he's reached the century mark. The fact that except for that one stretch in the 2nd and 3rd innings, he's been getting out ahead of the hitters, but then after he's 0-2, all of a sudden he's back to 3-2, throwing a lot of pitches, not able to get that put-away pitch exactly where he wants to.
Perfect location there.
Of course, the strikeouts in innings 2 and 3 came very quickly. Didn't take a whole lot of pitches to get those because he got in front and then bang, put them away.
The 1-2 in the dirt. Schilling has 3 walks in the night. The first time he's walked 3 batters since his last start in the month of July. Now you talk about the strikeout numbers, which are awesome. 53 walks in 226 innings coming into tonight is also extraordinary. Has had 6 starts without a walk. It's 3-2. Schill would like to get this pitch.
Well, there are quite a few National League umpires that call this pitch a strike, but Rich Rieker has had that compact zone all night long and been consistent with it.
Off the bare hand of Schilling, backhanded Morandini. Got him. Great play by Morandini, but let's check the hand of Curt Schilling as that one goes 1-4-3. Quickly, Mark Anderson and Terry Francona come out to check the franchise.
And this is strictly a reaction on the part of any pitcher. You reach back if you think you have a play. You actually reach back. You'd rather do it with the glove hand, but Schilling does it with the bare hand, deflects the ball. Morandini with an outstanding play behind the bag, able to get the throw over to first base just in time to get Snow. You can tell yourself don't reach for these balls, but as soon as you see it coming, you naturally go back with that hand.
Fingertips, it looked like?
Yeah, it looked like it was right off the end of the fingertips. Mark Anderson now taking a look at Curt Schilling's hand. Terry Francona also.
Terry using the opportunity to get a couple of words in for the young umpire.
Don't think he's asking Rich Rieker for a medical opinion, do you? Take a look right here. Schilling on his follow-through over on the first base side. The ball directly over the mound. He reaches back with the bare hand. Like it was just off of the pinky finger as it bounded down toward the ground. Didn't catch up in the middle of the hand. Right off the,
good job.
Maybe the pinky or ring finger as he deflected it and slowed it just enough to give Morandini a chance to make the play. Well, Curt has convinced Mark Anderson and Terry Francona that he's all right. Didn't even take the obligatory tosses to the plate, so he's going to climb back on top of the hill and go back to work.
And without slowing that ball down, it would indeed be a base hit. Jacob Cruz 0-1.
Plus the importance of the fact that it hits either the pinky finger or the ring finger. Those are the two fingers that you do not grip the baseball with. The thumb, middle, and index fingers are the ones that you grip the ball.
Ripped to right. Barron charging. Has it. A rope that stayed up for Cruz. 2 outs. And here's Vizcaino. Giants have been held to 3 hits here with 2 outs in the 6th. There's one outside corner. Oh, and 2. Another half swing foul by Vizcaino. Again, an 0-2 pitch coming. As Vizcaino steps out. Just got a small piece and fouled it off the foot of the home plate umpire. Vizcaino stays alive.
Vizcaino way out in front of this pitch, just able to tap it down into the ground. The art of pitching is keeping the hitter off balance. Schilling was able to do it. Vizcaino, to his credit, able to get a piece of it, keep himself alive.
They're coming on in. Defensive swing.
Oh.
Describe that one with no arms at all.
This is known as get your thumbnails out of the way. Another one of those defensive swings, and again, Vizcaino at least able to get a piece of it to keep himself alive for another swing.
That's high. Vizcaino has struck out 83 times this year. Almost exactly as many times as Barry Bonds. But he's hung tough against Schilling in this at-bat. Same kind of swing. That's how you mount a pitch count. Quality pitch after quality pitch, fouled off by Vizcaino.
Well, when your pitch count's getting up there and you know it, every time they foul one of these off, I got to make another one.
Here it is. Still 1-2.
You know, it's going through your mind that you want to get off the mound and back of the bench, sit down and get a drink and kind of cool off a little bit. But Vizcaino just not allowing Schilling to get there. He keeps fouling balls off.
Just missed. 2-2. Schilling's splitter just stayed up a little bit. Fouls back yet another pitch. And here comes Schilling again with a 2-2 pitch for Vizcaino, who steps out. He finally got him with strike 3. Strikeout number 296 for Curt Schilling to end the 6th.
Schilling finally gets the job done on Vizcaino, down and
in. Neither rain, nor mud, nor ridges, nor rocks and rivers, nor sleet nor snow shall keep a new Toyota 4Runner from keeping you from your appointed rounds. Power you need, and all the room and comfort you want. And with a starting price around $20,000, it could take your dollar even further.
As you well know, I love beer. Let's go back and talk about the brewing process. Let's talk about what are the key ingredients in beer. The yeast is an integral part of the taste profile of the beer. Change the yeast, you change the beer. It was one of the things that Adolphus Busch brought when he brought his ingredients and formula for Budweiser to the United States. Then we have the barley malt. The barley malt is the soul of the beer. From there, let's talk about hops. We are selecting the hops today as he did years ago. We have a hop farm in Germany. We have a hop farm in the northwestern part of the United States. Blend those things and you have what Anheuser-Busch is all about.
Back to the bottom of the sixth inning, Phillies up 3-0, and give both of these guys credit, Curt Schilling and Jose Vizcaino. Schilling kept throwing strikes. Vizcaino kept fouling them off until finally that down and in breaking ball Vizcaino swung over the top of.
So Curt Schilling now has as many strikeouts in 1997, 296, as he had in 95 and 96 combined in 67 fewer innings. If Schilling gets a win tonight, he'll have the same number of wins in 97 that he had in 95 and 96 combined. 7 and 9 those 2 years to add up for 16 in search of win number 16 tonight. Mickey Morandini with an 0-1 pitch, down and in. Wilson Alvarez is scheduled to bat second in the 7th inning. So this would be his final inning of work, we would assume. Morandini rips it the other way. The 1-2 to Mickey. Off speed, he saw it and hit it to left field. Bonds is running out of room. Fine play by a fan. Looks like father and son night.
I taught him everything he knows.
I even bought him that Giants hat. So Mickey's still alive at 1-2. With Schilling now up well over 100 pitches. No action in the Phillies dugout, so he'll at least pitch the 7th. As Morandini fouls another left side.
And with the Phillies have scored a pair of runs in the bottom of the 4th and now one in the 5th against Wilson Alvarez. Morandini, Roland, Lieberthal, Hudler, the middle of the lineup coming up. This is a time of the game where you try to tack on those extra runs. You know your starter's probably getting a little low on gas with the number of pitches he's thrown, so runs all important at this point in the game.
Fouled back again. And remember, the Giants came cross country for this rescheduled date and have to fly down to Florida after the game. It's a difficult set of circumstances for a pennant contender.
Well, it most definitely is. They didn't arrive in Philadelphia until about 4 a.m. Of course, turn around right after the game and head to Fort Lauderdale.
Phillies got back from New York not that much before. Dusty Baker's club got a very difficult schedule down the stretch. Just 5 home games the rest of the way.
Good news for Dusty is you don't get quite as tired when you do that when you're in the middle of a pennant race.
Up the middle. Vizcaino can't get him. Infield single, Mickey Morandini. As Vizcaino did everything he could with that, and Mickey's speed just beat it.
Vizcaino behind the line at second base makes the long throw to first. Mickey hustling down the line, able to beat the play, Frank Poli says. Take another look as Mickey came out of the box hard. Vizcaino way deep at shortstop, had a long way to go, and then Morandini just able to beat the throw at first.
So Scott Rowland will bat with Morandini at first. Scott singled and scored in front of the Hudler home run in the fourth. Oh, 0-1.
So the quest for the all-important extra runs starts off the way you would like it to. Morandini with an infield single. Now you're looking at your 3, 4, 5 hitters. Guys, you're looking to do some damage.
A little bit of scurrying starting down in the Giant bullpen. As backup catcher Brian Johnson on a sprint heads down the line. There goes Johnson to give them an extra receiver. As Rodriguez and Tavares get up hurriedly. Be surprised if Dusty Baker let Alvarez face Hudler again, if the Phillies are still threatening. So the wheels begin to turn. It's 2-1 for Scott Rowland. Morandini, a leadoff base runner at first. Back standing. High to left field. Bonds looking up in front of the track. Morandini tagging smartly, will challenge and stop. He goes halfway and makes Bonds make the quality throw, as it looked like Rowland just got under it.
And Scotty's bat drug through the zone just a little bit on this pitch as he got a pretty good pass at it, but undercut it and hit it high into left field. Took just enough steam off of it to give Barry Bonds plenty of room to make the catch just short of the warning track. Mickey this way tagging at first, making sure that Bonds was going to get rid of the ball right away. If he stood out there and held it for a while, then Mickey was going to be in position to take advantage. But Barry returned the ball to the infield as he always does immediately.
Mike Lieberthal. Morandini back standing. Swing and a miss by Lieberthal. It's 0-1. With Rex Hudler on deck. Oh, 2. Lieberthal and Morandini both look Vukovic's way for the sign. See if Mickey is running. 0-2. Again back standing. So Alvarez keeps him close by the volume of throws, if not necessarily the quality of move.
If you look at Morandini over at first base, a much bigger lead than he had during the first inning. So he obviously feels he has a read on Alvarez.
Alvarez overthrew that just a little bit. 1-2.
The first inning, Morandini was about a foot short of that cutoff. Now he feels more comfortable after he's seen Alvarez once and just keeps sneaking out there. We'll get that right foot right out at the cutout. There it is, planted right on the edge of the turf.
off the hands behind the Phillies dugout. Still 1-2 on Lieberthal. Phils have played such good baseball against clubs in contention over the last 60 games or so. Remember, if the Giants win tonight, they are tied for first with Los Angeles with identical 81-65 records. Off speed, step on first there, no throw to second, as Snow took the shore out and then looked at Morandini's back and figured to put her in his pocket. Well, Rex Hudler broke the scoreless tie in the 4th inning as he caught a high hanger, Teague.
Yeah, he did. He got every bit of this one off Wilson Alvarez as he sent it deep into the Giants bullpen. Those were the first 2 runs of the ball game. Got the scoring going in the bottom of the 4th. Phillies tacked on 1 in the bottom of the 5th. With Morandini in scoring position, Hudler with a chance to add another.
11 for 19 with a pair of home runs, but he will not bat here. Or will not get a chance to swing the bat here, at least. The intentional walk is coming. The percentage move with the left-hand hitter hitting Rico Brogna on deck.
And of course, those of the fans that are here in the stadium that don't have the advantage of the numbers that we just showed you, look up at the scoreboard and see Hudler with a 188 average and wonder why they're going to pitch to him, or excuse me, why they're going to walk him and pitch to Brogna. Well, we know why.
The first intentional walk of the year issued to Rex Hudler. And lefty to lefty, Alvarez will try to get Brogna to get out of the 6th, or the bottom of the 6th, and likely close the book on his evening. And there's the differential on Brogna, who has had trouble of late against left-hand pitching. To Snow, who will do it himself. And the Giants are out of trouble in the 6th. We move to the 7th. Schilling working on a 3-hitter.
Great news for Prism subscribers. Whenever there isn't a game on, Stars movies are coming to Prism in prime time. Stars, the movie channel with movies too big to miss, like The Rock.
Okay. Okay.
Phenomenon.
Think about it.
And coming soon, Ransom.
You still have a chance to do the right thing.
Call your cable operator today and find out more about Stars. When the game's not on in prime time, it's Stars with movies too big to miss.
Looks like a bad B movie, for crying out loud. So I said to the guy, maybe I ought to direct the scene. You know what I mean? Finally, he wanted to do it himself, and the whole thing went to dump.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Well, I had a pizza last night.
Make it a Bud Light.
Pepperoni! Like I care. You've been smart to hold off buying a new car because the Dodge Big Summer Clearance plays right into your hands. You see, it's even bigger than you might think. On Neon and Stratus, get $1,000 cash back. On Intrepid, get up to $1,500 cash back. So hurry to the Dodge Big Summer Clearance, because if you haven't figured it out already, it's big. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
The Phillies say thank you in a day full of prizes and surprises. It's Fan Appreciation Day, Sunday, September 28th at 1:35, when the Phillies play the Florida Marlins with Darren Dalton. Call 463-1000.
Well, it's the definition of a quality start. 3 runs allowed, 6 innings pitched. The night over for Wilson Alvarez. Right now on the hook. Not a bad evening, certainly.
No, it's not. He's just been bested by Curt Schilling. Gave up just 5 runs in his, or 5 hits in his 6 innings. Schilling now allowed 3 base hits, make that 4 to the San Francisco Giants through the same period of time.
Damon Berryhill, a leadoff base runner. It looks like Baker will change his pinch hitter. It was Aurelia, but now that Berryhill's on base.
Aurelia's back on the bench, and Dusty Baker will choose another. We will find out in a moment who pops out of that dugout. There he comes.
So that's Mark Lewis. A little bit more pop. Again, it's a two-team race in the National League's Western Division. The two clubs will have played the exact number of games at the end of tonight. And the Giants need a win to be tied.
Of course, the Giants only a half a game behind the Los Angeles Dodgers in the West race, also in the wild card race, but they trail the Florida Marlins by 4.5, so much closer to winning their division than the wild card berth.
Both the Giants and the Dodgers, after tonight, will have 5 home games and 11 road games remaining. San Francisco, the best pinch hitting team in the National League, 50 points higher than the league average.
Mark Lewis has pinch hit 16 times this year, delivered 3 base hits.
Ooh. Line drive just to the right of the screen sent him scurrying. It's like everybody's okay down there, and it's 0-2. Again with 2 strikes, the crowd realizes what's at stake. Away, and it gets away from Lieberthal. Berryhill moves to second.
Take a look again at this pitch from Kurt Schilling as it gets by Mike Lieberthal on the outside. Levy trying to slide over, not able to get it there. They scored a wild pitch, although it appeared as if the ball got to Lieberthal on the fly, just hit off the heel of his glove and rolled over to the Phillies dugout.
Second wild pitch charged to Kurt Schilling tonight. And that one up around the wristband of Mike Lieberthal. 1-2. That'll move the base runner as Morandini got him. Looked like Mickey was caught a tiny bit flat-footed off the bat tee. Got a late start on it. Had to dive and then make the play.
They got a real late start on the ball. It almost appeared as if he didn't see it when it came off the bat. Couldn't pick up what direction that ball off of Mark Lewis's bat was going, but Mickey able to scramble over there and make the play, get the out at first base. Of course, Damon Berryhill moved over to third base as Lewis did his job getting the ball on the ground to the right side, but Morandini appeared to have trouble seeing that ball as it came off the bat.
Stan Javier. See if that's deep enough to try Berryhill. Hudler makes the play, and Berryhill will tag and score. So the Phillies will give up the run for the out. 3-1 ball game. It's as if Cummings and Hudler having some conversation in left center field as to whether or not Midre may have been in a better position to make the throw or not.
Well, both of the outfielders right-handed throwers. Had Cummings been able to get there, he would have been in better position to make the throw because the ball would have been on his throwing hand side. Hudler had to catch the ball and come back across, but obviously Cummings did not call Hudler off of that ball.
Here's Miller.
Ooh.
Caught Lieberthal.
Oh, right off the point of the shoulder. That's the one spot you do not have protection. Your throwing shoulder side. The chest protector will stay over the left arm and cover up most of that shoulder, but the right side is cut away so that you can throw and it doesn't get in your way. You see how that right side is open. That's exactly where that ball caught Lieberthal.
It's an 0-1 pitch. 0-2 as it's a 92-mile-an-hour fastball from Kurt Schilling.
Schilling has a little backup out in the bullpen. It's the left-hander Ryan Karp, right-hander Jerry Spradlin throwing as we look for out number 3 in the bottom of the 7th.
It's 0-2. Tap at the plate. Miller stays alive. Well, that is in deep right center field.
Check that spectator's ticket. Don't think they sell seats out there.
No.
Going in the right direction.
The 0-2 pitch. Up the middle. Stocker won't get there. That's a base hit. So Barry Bonds will come to the plate representing the tying run with 2 out of the 7th. Francona certainly will allow Curt Schilling to face Bonds here.
That signal Terry Francona is giving out there, waving his hand behind his head.
Yeah.
He's telling the outfielders, don't let the ball be hit over your head. In other words, play deep, don't let the ball over your head. You don't want to double over your head and allow Bonds to score Miller from first base. So play deep, and the Philly outfielders definitely are.
Cummings almost to the track.
They listen to their skipper.
As is Barron in right field. Another big spot for Schilling in the 7th. Good pitch. One and one.
Similar situation back in the 5th inning with Bonds at the plate. Ended up walking against Schilling. Schilling got Jeff Kent to fly out to center with the bases loaded.
In on his hands in the shallow center field. It will fall. Runners will be at the corners with 2 outs. And where that ball landed, even had Cummings been playing in at more normal outfield depth, it still looks like it would have been a base hit.
Well, he may have had a shot at it, but you're playing the percentages when you play defensively this way. And, you know, if Barry Bonds is going to hit a bloop single in front of you, that's not going to do nearly as much damage as one of those bombs that he hits over your head. So Bonds dumps the ball in front of Cummings in center field. He has a long way to come, and Midre can't get there. But the end result is Bill Miller, still over at third base, does not score. As opposed to a ball hit over Cummings' head in dead center field with 2 outs, Miller would be scoring.
130 pitches for Curt Schilling. In the 7th inning, has gone 6 2/3, allowing a run on 6 hits, and has had a lot of deep counts tonight. And as Kent Jacoby told you, a lot of those were 0-2, 1-2 that wound up being 3-2. And a huge spot against Jeff Kent. 0-1. Statistically, Curt has been outstanding. Over 130 pitches. The league hitting well under 170 against him when he reaches this plateau. And he knows, Teak, I guess this is the moment right here. Takes the deep breath and collects himself. Oh! Wow!
Self-defense.
Been that kind of night. Schilling escapes further damage. It's stretch time at the vet.
You say you can't start exercising until you get some workout equipment? Well, guess what? You already have it. A reminder from the American Heart Association that ordinary physical activities can help reduce your risk factors for heart disease. Call 1-800-AHA-USA1 and learn how to get in on the action.
Hey, what's our good buddy done? He thinks he can meet that girl. Hey, what's the bet?
Hey, Brick Boy, go dust yourself off. Hi, Cupcake. What do you say I buy you a Bud Light and you appreciate it?
She's a brick. Oh!
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Nicely done. Fun to watch.
Make it a Bud Light.
In the field of sedans under 13 grand, there's one that doesn't exactly fit in. The Mazda Protégé LX. The most room, the most refinements, and with a sport suspension, the most fun. All for $12,995. It's a whole different animal. Mazda Protégé. $12,995 or get 3.9% APR.
Bottom 7, Phillies up by a pair, and take a look right here at the glove work by Curt Schilling. After you see that ball hit back at you and realize there's no way you ever practice that play. That is strictly self-defense. Curt throws a glove up next to his head, makes the play, gets himself out of the inning, and I'll tell you what, that will make your heart pump in a hurry, and that will make hitters like Jeff Kent just go absolutely crazy. Finally hit the ball right on the button, hit it right up the middle. Nothing but an L1 in the book.
Well, with his first pitch, Julian Tavares will tie the Giants single season appearances record. This now is 81st game of the year, and he'll tie one-time Philly Mike Jackson. So he is indeed a workhorse, leading the National League in games pitched with 81, now tied for the Major League lead with Mike Myers of Detroit.
And Dusty Baker has been a guy that has gone to his bullpen often during the year and really values a guy like Tavares, who has that rubber arm, has the ability to go out there and pitch night after night after night.
He'll face Barron, Stocker, and we'll see if Curt Schilling is hit for in the bottom of the 7th. Outside corner, says Rieker behind home plate. Teague, when you see a guy that pitches this frequently, as you did in your career, you look for a free and easy kind of motion?
Yeah, most guys that do that will have a nice loose arm and, you know, not a whole lot of energy put into the lineup. Use the leverage and develop the power that way. See Tavares with that nice slow wind up. He picks the leg up and then just a little bounce before he gets that momentum going toward home plate. You know, the guys that are the big hard throwers that muscle the ball toward home plate just, you know, wear themselves down too much to pitch that off. And see how smooth and easy it is, and all of a sudden, bingo, comes exploding toward the plate.
Just 23 years of age and has good stuff. Curt Schilling not moving into the on-deck circle, so we can make the assumption that 132 pitches is a full night's work for the ace.
132 pitches in 7 innings, so he's, you know, continued throughout the evening, staying right around that 20 pitch per inning mark. Never did find that one easy inning to kind of get that pitch count back down. So Curt Schilling apparently out of this ball game after 7, but he's ahead by a score of 3-1, and that's your job.
Yeah, Mike Robertson has moved into the on-deck circle. Left-hand swinger. It's a bat for Schilling. And you look up and say, you know, Schill didn't have his great stuff tonight. So he goes 7 innings, 1 run, 6 hits as Ryan Karp continues to prepare. And I think the strikeout total might have been held down by Rich Rieker's lack of an outside corner, where Schilling gets a lot of his strikeouts.
I don't know if Rieker lacked an outside corner. He lacked the expanded outside corner.
Spoken like a
well, Schilling is the master that if you, if you give him that little extra room, you give him an inch or 2 or 3, he'll find out how much you're giving him, and he has the ability to just stay there and take advantage of it.
He'll move out half inch by half inch.
Yeah, he moves in increments, and against Rieker, he just didn't have the room out there.
Good range, Vizcaíno, 2 outs. On Sunday, September 14th, a great-looking blue pullover workout jacket with the Phillies logo on the front for all fans 14 and under will be yours. Compliments of Bell Atlantic Mobile, a perfect item for this back-to-school fall weather. Fun for the whole family Good baseball, great gift item. Order tickets by phone at 463-1000 or stop by the Veterans Stadium ticket office.
Larry, now with 2 outs and nobody on, Terry Francona making a switch in his pinch hitter is going to send up Desi Relaford instead of Mike Robertson. Relaford, a switch hitter. She just 1 for 9, got that hit just yesterday, his first major league hit.
Of 97.
Of 97, yes.
Relaford voted the best defensive shortstop in AAA baseball and the best arm in AAA baseball for Scranton in 97. Has outstanding speed. Kevin Stocker's put a tremendous year together. Great consistency. And Relaford can do little more than wait in the wings. High on the infield. Miller in foul territory. So a good inning for Tavares as he puts down the Phillies 1-2-3. The Bills will go to the bullpen in the 8th.
Baby Blueprints from Independence Blue Cross is a maternity program designed to assist mothers and identify risk factors early in pregnancy.
I had a difficult last pregnancy, and Kate at Baby Blueprints, she was great. She arranged everything, and she was very comforting to talk to on the phone.
Managing high-risk pregnancies is a very challenging job, but it's really worth it in the end.
Baby Blueprints from Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. Another reason you can lean on us.
Anything in life that's worth going after is worth saving for. And there's just one place to go for the best ways to save. At Mellon, we have a full range of investment and checking options for you to choose from. Right now, you can come to Mellon for a deal this good. So stop by any of our offices or call us at 1-800-MELLON-24. Mellon, it's where you're going.
If you've been postponing the purchase of a brand new truck, the Dodge Big Summer Clearance plays right into your hands. You see, it's even bigger than you might think. With up to $13.50 off on a Dodge Dakota or up to $11.85 in package value discounts on a Dodge Ram. So hurry to the Dodge Big Summer Clearance, because if you haven't figured it out already, it's big. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. By your Quality Plus Ford dealers who invite you to test drive Ford's all-new Expedition. By Brewery Fresh Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. This Bud's for you. And by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, I love what you do for me. With Kent Colby, I'm Larry Rosen. Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. Phils up 3-1, have gone to a defensive change in left field. Ruben Amaro will come on. And as Terry Francona goes to the bullpen, he chooses the left-hander Ryan Karp.
See Karp bound for game number 10. Terry Francona has a pair of left-handers in his bullpen now. Ryan Karp, and just arrived Darren Winston yesterday, but the left side of the bullpen a little lacking on experience right now there.
And a lot of switch hitters to choose from for Dusty Baker at this portion of the lineup. So he turns J.T. Snow around, and we'll have him hit right-handed.
And that's why Karp is in the ballgame right now. You've got Snow, who we saw earlier, much more effective from the left side than he is from the right side of the plate. And then Cruz, a left-hander, was a scheduled second hitter, but he will be hit for. And Vizcaíno, again, another switch hitter coming up, and Berryhill, another switch hitter. This giant lineup is just full of switch hitters, 5 of them.
That's Dante Powell, who waits on deck. Inside. Ryan Karp made a start back on the 25th of August in an emergency situation, went 3 innings and gave up a hit and a run. Other than that, he's pitched out of the bullpen without yielding a run. And it's 2-2. And the pitch to Snow. That's away. Karp began the season as a starting pitcher at AAA, an earned run average of .533, was moved to the bullpen, and as a relief pitcher, his ERA was a full 2 runs per ball game better at .359. Challenges on the 3-2 pitch, and Snow fouls it to the upper deck.
And challenges exactly what he should do in this situation with a 2-run lead. Last thing Terry Francona wants to see is a leadoff walk and bring that potential tying run to the plate immediately here in the top of the 8th inning. Oh!
Karp wanted that. So Snow, a leadoff base runner. The final home game of the season is Sunday, September 28th against the Florida Marlins. Lots of prizes and surprises on Fan Appreciation Day. You can order tickets and join us on the last game of the 97 season at 463-1000. Order tickets online at www.phillies.com as Dante Powell steps in. A September 1st call-up in his second stint of the season with the big club. Swinging on the first pitch and fouls it away.
You saw Powell's numbers there. A .300 hitter on the year, has just pinch hit 2 times, has 1 base hit.
Terrific speed. He was second in the Pacific Coast League with 34 steals in about 2/3 of the season. Good pitch by Karp. Karp shown a good curveball that he'll use to right-hand hitters. Snow at first. The pitch to Powell. In the dirt, good scoop by Lieberthal.
There's the Jerry Spradlin out in the Phillies bullpen. He was throwing in the 7th inning, just standing around right now as he is ready if needed.
It's a 1-2 to Powell. Off speed, wide of third base. Still 1-2. He broke his bat on that one, so he'll get some fresh lumber. Powell was brought up back in April when Stan Javier's mother was ill. Played a couple of ball games. Javier came back as Powell was on his way out of town. Darrell Hamilton got hurt. They ran out and said, "Yo, hold it."
Didn't mean it. Come back.
So he got to hang out for another couple of weeks. Another young stud outfield prospect in the Giants organization. Curveball, he stayed back on that one, but fouled it to the right side. We're in the top of the 8th. Phil's lead 3-1. Curt Schilling went 7 innings, struck out 6. So his seasonal total now at 296. Again, the slow curveball is pulled foul.
Karp has been giving Powell a pretty steady diet of those off-speed breaking pitches, and Powell continues to lunge out in front.
Good pitch, down and away. Ryan Karp gets the strikeout, out number 1.
Well, if the hitter keeps lunging at pitches, keep throwing it, eventually he's not going to foul it off. This one here, another off-speed pitch. Powell well out in front again as the ball down and away. See the one-handed off-balance swing by Powell as he is sent back to the dugout for the first out here in the top of the 8th.
And that will bring up the switch hitting Vizcaino. Vizcaino about 40 points higher as a left-hand hitter. So Carp will stay on to face him. Wow. That just took a little pick out of the top of that bat.
Another one of those off-speed pitches. Vizcaino again, like Powell, out in front. See him way out on the front foot. Those bats have a little cup, they call it, in the end of the bat where some of the wood is hollowed out at the end. That ball hit right in that cup and just drove a piece out of the bat. You're supposed to hit it on the side of the bat, not on the end. That was a cue shot right there and tore the tip right off the cue stick.
So it's 0-1. To the hole, Stocker the stab, but the backhand toss is backed up well by Bronya. Infield single for Vizcaino. Nothing else Stocker could do with that one.
Now Kevin dives into the hole. You see Vizcaino again out in front of the pitch. Kevin on his belly has no chance except to try to flip the ball backhand to Morandini. Probably wasn't going to get snow at second base anyway. See how much Kevin had to extend himself. Didn't have time to get up and throw, so just kind of flipped it in Morandini's direction, not able to get the force. The ball got by Morandini. Bronya was back there to back up the play and pick up the baseball. Keep snow from advancing any further.
Tying runs on base for Damon Berryhill. Berryhill batting in the 8th spot in the lineup. So Tavares, the pitcher, would be due to hit next. We'll see who fills the on-deck circle. To left field in front of Ruben Amaro. Read well. So it's a 3-2 ball game. Good base running Snow, who picked up right off the bat that Ruben would not get close. RBI number 22 for Damon Berryhill.
Another off-speed breaking ball by Carp, and again another hitter out in front, but Berryhill able to get it airborne over the infield. See Amaro, because of that outfield turf, has to stay back just a little bit and allow the ball to skip to him. Gave Snow time to come across and score the run. So the Giants now have pulled within 1 and have the potential tying run at second base in the form of Jose Vizcaino.
And that will do it for Ryan Carp, who will go just a third of an inning. Certainly not expect him to face the right-handed hitting, power hitting Glenn Allen Hill. So it's Jerry Spradlin to try to put out the fire in the 8th.
Postponing the purchase of a brand new truck, the Dodge Big Summer Clearance plays right into your hands. You see, it's even bigger than you might think. With up to $13.50 off on a Dodge Dakota or up to $11.85 in package value discounts on a Dodge Ram. So hurry to the Dodge Big Summer Clearance, because if you haven't figured it out already, it's big. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Travel provided by U.S. Airways, offering the only daily nonstop service between Philadelphia and Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport.
Here's a look at the upcoming Phillies television schedule. Doubleheader baseball beginning to end tomorrow night on Prism. Chris Wheeler, Kent Jacoby, and I will have all of that for you. No television on the schedule for Saturday against the Reds. On Sunday, Phils and Reds on WB 17. Doubleheader on Prism, start to finish Monday against the New York Mets. And on Prism, single game Tuesday night before the Phillies head down to face those Florida Marlins. They didn't exactly beat Ryan Karp up, but walking a couple of base hits in right spots ended his innings work early, and now making appearance number 70. The staff leader is Jerry Spradlin in a big spot.
Anytime you come into a ball game late in the game with a 1-run lead and that tying run is standing right behind you at second base, there's always a big spot. That's Jose Vizcaino at second. Damon Berrios just got that hit into left field at first, and Spradlin trying to add to those inherited runner numbers.
High hopper, Stocker, short hop scoop, got one there. Fine charge and throw by Kevin Stocker. Vizcaino and Berryhill move up.
See the ball chopped by Hill right here. Stocker has no play except to charge hard and get the play at first base. You'd obviously like to keep a potential go-ahead run out of scoring position, but that was not an option for Stocker, as he had to come and make the play on the short hop and get Hill at first.
So now it comes down to Spradlin versus Javier with 2 outs in a 1-run ball game. Tying run is 90 feet away. Go ahead run at second base. Good pitch by Spradlin. These two have only faced each other once before, and Javier got a base hit. Target is inside, pitches away, and it's going to scoot on through. Morandini, great stop to save the go-ahead run. But an infield single for Javier means a no decision for Curt Schilling. We're tied at 3. Second RBI of the night for Javier.
And I didn't think Morandini had any chance at all to get to this ball, as it's directly over the mound in the center field. See Morandini just lunging and throwing his body at that ball, trying to keep it in the infield. Keep Berryhill from scoring from third base. Not only does he knock it down, but comes up and gets the ball over to Scott Rowland just in case Berryhill made that wide turn to third. Maybe they could get a play. But game is tied thanks to Mickey Morandini.
Charge that run to Ryan Karp. He is also responsible for Berryhill at third base, as Miller's 1 for 2 with a couple of walks and a single. Hitting at .293 at the moment. 3-3 ball game now, still top of the 8th. Just missed off the outside corner. Spradlin's fastball at 96 miles an hour. Giants really have not hit a ball hard this whole inning. Infield single Vizcaino, bloop single Berryhill, infield single Javier with a walk mixed in. Now 1 and 2 on Miller. And you want to go get Miller because you've got Bonds on deck. Runner breaks from first, foul back by Miller, and Javier will have to retreat. It appears the Giants will go to left-hander Rich Rodriguez in the bottom of the 8th, as he is the only pitcher loosening. But first, the business at hand is Bill Miller. Swing and a miss. So Spradlin gets out of it. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. Another tough luck, no decision. Curt Schilling. We're tied at 3, bottom of the 8th.
Jack Powell was a little big for his age.
Whoa, no way.
He had the body of a 40-year-old. Ow, Dad! But inside, he was all boy. Robin Williams.
Wow, not bad.
In the story of a kid with a grown-up heart. Jack. Only on Stars and no other movie channel.
Say Merry Christmas. Did you have a good Christmas? Yeah, get lots of stuff. Hey! Get your horsey. Do something cute. You're just gonna sit there and grin?
If you don't stop your friend from driving drunk, who will? Do whatever it takes.
I teach first grade.
I teach high school classes.
As soon as school gets out, we pack up our camper and we start out traveling. We get Scotty's schedule and we decide where we're going to go. We're all loaded up with groceries and clothes and the dog. And
We'd much rather be out in the woods than we would downtown somewhere.
we love to follow them. We like to see the different ballparks. Other guys might think, well, gee, his parents are camping instead of in motels like ours. But to Scotty, he's used to that. He'd be surprised if we didn't.
Here's your Toyota Major League scoreboard. Despite the rain, they've gotten to the fifth inning in New York, 3-1. David Seguia home run, the lone run for Montreal. To the American League, New York putting a pasting on Baltimore tonight. Baltimore's lead is at 8.5 at the moment. Oakland, an 8-7 win over Toronto. Brad Ratke looking for win number 19. Texas leads Minnesota 2-0. It's 3-3 at Chicago. Brian Giles hit a home run for Cleveland, his 17th. Couple of late night games. Former Phil Dennis Springer against Kevin Apier at Anaheim. And Jeff Pissarro looks for his 16th tonight for Seattle as they entertain Detroit. Some changes here at Veterans Stadium as we've got a 3-3 ball game into the bottom of the 8th after that 2-spot by the Giants. Fleet-footed Dante Powell will stay in the ball game in center field, and Stan Javier will move from center to right. And a new pitcher, the left-hander Rich Rodriguez. T.
Yeah, another one of those oft-used pitchers in Dusty Baker's bullpen, on for the 65th time this year. Left-hander has been very busy. 64 appearances, 60 innings. Like most of Baker's relievers, almost every one of them, a one-inning type pitcher. He will just keep continually running them in and out, and he uses his pitchers often.
Facing the top of the lineup, which begins with a couple of left-hand swingers in Cummings and Morandini. And there is additional bullpen action underway as the inning begins on both sides.
There's Roberto Hernandez.
One and one on Cummings. And Ricky Bottalico certainly would be in the ballgame should the Phils get a run, and maybe either way. Cued off the end of the bat, foul. Rodriguez facing Cummings will offer a 1-2 pitch here. Lays off. 2-2.
Rodriguez has always been tough on left-handed hitters with that late, sharp breaking slider that he throws, and has the ability to keep it on the outside part of the plate as he tried to get Cummings to swing at one out there.
Outside corner, got him looking. One out in the 8th.
Just when you try to keep yourself from swinging at that slider, he comes with the fastball down and away. Got Cummings looking. That's why it's such a tough combination, that breaking ball away and then the ability to hit the outside corner with the fastball.
Well, it was Mickey Morandini's good hustle and diving play up the middle that kept our ball game tied at 3. An infield single kept Berryhill at third base. Two 2-0 on Morandini. Mickey stands at $2.99 right now. 3-0. Scott Rowland waiting on deck. Three and one. Mickey.
Of course, after Morandini, we got Rowland, Lieberthal, and Hudler, three right-handed hitters. So that's why you saw Roberto Hernandez up in the Giants bullpen, and may see him even more close up in just a moment.
Yeah, Baker will pop out. So Rodriguez will go a third of an inning without there being a ball put in play. A strikeout of Cummings and a walk for Morandini, and he will make the move to the right-hander. So San Francisco will go to its fourth pitcher of the evening, as the Phils will send up Scott Rowland when we come right back to Veterans Stadium in just a moment.
Anything in life that's worth going after is worth saving for. And there's just one place to go for the best ways to save. At Mellon, we have a full range of investment and checking options for you to choose from. Right now, you can come to Mellon for a deal this good. So stop by any of our offices or call us at 1-800-MELLON-24. Mellon, it's where you're going.
If you want more standard power than Accord and Camry and more passenger comfort starting at $16,695, then you want Ford Taurus.
This is the car I wanted. The right price, the right time.
Now is the time during Ford's factory authorized clearance. With $1,500 cash back, Ford Taurus is clearance price starting at $16,695, nicely equipped.
It's safe, it's powerful, and it's affordable.
Ford Taurus, the one you want during Ford's factory authorized clearance at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
3-3 ball game. Bottom 8 of ball game the San Francisco Giants desperately would love to win. They get back in a tie for first in the West, and they'll send Roberto Hernandez, part of that trade with the White Sox. Overall, his numbers are magnificent, and actually they're even better here at San Francisco. He's had a big year, Teak.
Yeah, we mentioned, we showed the graphic earlier about the three pitchers that came over from the White Sox to the Giants. Hernandez has by far been the most productive of the three. He is a hard thrower. You're not going to have to sit back and wait very long for the ball to get to home plate with Hernandez. So it's a nasty 90-mile-an-hour plus fastball, and he's got a splitter that he throws on top of it, so they'll that hard combination. Hernandez can also mix in a good hard slider. So one thing you don't have to worry about with Roberto Hernandez is staying back and waiting for the off-speed stuff. It's all going to be hard. Fastball, splitter, slider.
Been very good with inherited runners, stranding more than 3 out of 4 since the Giants acquired him 37 games, now 38 games ago. He's worked now in 18 of those games, so he too has been a workhorse and has only allowed runs in 3 of those 18 outings. He'll face Scott Rowland with Mickey Morandini at first. 1 out, 3-3 ball game. Bottom 8.
And the good news about the situation is he's going to face 3 Philly hitters in a row. Rowland, Lieberthal, and Hudler, who don't mind how hard you throw. Or excuse me, Amaro is in for Hudler. So Rowland and Lieberthal, 2 guys coming up that don't mind that hard stuff.
And Amaro's a dead fastball hitter too. So Scott Rowland facing Hernandez for the first time. Ground ball, shortstop. Not a double play ball out there, as Vizcaino has Kent for out number 2. Rowland went first pitch swinging.
Nice play by Vizcaino as he went into the hole. Realized that he still had time to get the play at second base to get Morandini sliding. You know, it would have been easy to take the play at first base, easy out, but then you leave the potential go-ahead run, the potential winning run at second base. So Vizcaíno makes the right choice and able to get the play at second. That leaves Scott Rowland over at first.
For Mike Lieberthal. Step off. Scotty is the club leader in steals with 16. Has been caught just 3 times. Down 1-0. The Hernandez fastball registers 96 miles an hour. Two and 0.
Just looking at the outfield defense for the Giants, Larry. Dante Powell in center field shaded against Mike Lieberthal over toward right center field. A huge gap between he and Bonds in left center field. See Javier in right, not much room over on that side. Lieberthal gets out in front of one of these fastballs. He could have a lot of room over on that left side of the field. If he can get it by Bonds and to the wall, that's what you're looking for.
Watch Scotty run. There's the gap Teak speaking of.
Go Scotty go.
That's a pretty pronounced shift for Mike Lieberthal. There he goes. Scotty dives safely. Well, you got to make that decision immediately, Teak, or you got no shot.
Well, Scott Rowland is an aggressive base runner. Saw the ball bounce away from Berryhill at home plate and did not hesitate whatsoever. See, Hernandez overthrows that ball. It hits in Berryhill's glove, but as soon as it bounces away, Rowland is off and gone. You have to anticipate balls in the dirt. You have to be ready to run to be able to take advantage of a ball that doesn't get very far away from the catcher. Scott Rowland does. And now he is in scoring position.
He's got a great first step for a guy that's 6'4 plus. And Lieberthal with what looked a little bit like a pitch around, as there was nothing particularly close on that 4-pitch walk. 2 on, 2 out for Ruben Amaro. Amaro, of course, a switch hitter, will bat left against Hernandez. It's amazing because a year ago, Teak, the numbers for Ruben were almost inverted.
Yeah, almost. You know, his entire career, the scouting report was he was a better left-handed hitter than a right-hander. In fact, Jim Fregosi used to almost use Amaro strictly in left-handed pinch-hitting situations. So those numbers could be just a little bit of a decoy.
Ball 1 away. Lefty and righty once again up in the bullpen. Pulls the left-hander.
Roger Bailey, the right-hander.
Thank you. 1-1.
Make that Corey Bailey.
Rowland at second. Lieberthal at first. 2 out. Amaro with the open stance. Takes low. 2-1. And again, the Giants outfield playing Amaro as a dead opposite field hitter against a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. If he spins on one, plenty of room. In the air and foul, wide of third. Miller near the seats, has room. And with a handful of Bob Davidson, out number 3. We will go to the 9th with a pair of 3s.
Looks like a bad B movie, for crying out loud. So I said to the guy, maybe I ought to direct the scene. You know what I mean? Finally, he wanted to do it himself, and the whole thing went to dump.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Well, I had a pizza last night.
Make it a Bud Light.
Pepperoni! Like I care.
The staff and the management here at the Philadelphia Zoo are making the switch to Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield.
I feel a pride in my people. Some places you don't want to cut the cost if it means cutting quality. I'm happy to say that we haven't had to do that. We were able to save considerable dollars with Independence Blue Cross.
Go all blue with Keystone Health Plan East, Personal Choice, or our traditional coverage from Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. The folks you can lean on.
You've been smart to hold off buying a new car because the Dodge Big Summer Clearance plays right into your hands. You see, it's even bigger than you might think. On Neon and Stratus, get $1,000 cash back. On Intrepid, get up to $1,500 cash back. So hurry to the Dodge Big Summer Clearance, because if you haven't figured it out already, it's big. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Doubleheader baseball tomorrow evening on Prism. Phils and the Cincinnati Reds. We'll have our first pitch between game show coming up. The pitching matchups look like this. Garrett Stevenson, Mike Remlinger, the youngsters going in game one. And the vets in game two, Mark Leiter, Pete Shorrock. Tomorrow evening at Veterans Stadium and on Prism. Doubleheader baseball. Oh, ball game tied at 3. The Giants, who have been one of the best come-from-behind teams in baseball, have 41 come-from-behind wins on the season, have come from behind to get this one tied, and have Bonds, Kent, and Snow scheduled to face Jerry Spradlin. Broken bat, base hit, center field, Barry Bonds. The Giants' 10th hit, and the second semi-line drive center field base hit for Bonds in his last 2 at-bats.
Yeah, Bonds sacrifices his bat on this base hit as Spradlin goes to the outside part of the plate. See the tail on the ball. Bonds hit it right on the end. He was able to get it up and over the infield. Not a typical Barry Bonds hit, but what the Giants were looking for here to start off the top of the ninth.
Barry Lamar Bonds, a 30-30 guy for the 5th time in his career, has well over 400 career steals now, picks his spots better in his older days. And they asked Jeff Kent to sacrifice, or at least he shows it. Kent has had good success in limited opportunities against Spradlin. He has also not sacrificed all year.
Kind of strange to have a guy with 108 RBIs, your number 4 hitter, in a sacrifice situation. And it was short-lived.
Opening day 96, the last time he successfully sacrificed. And he goes within his skipper's earshot as he walks back toward the dugout to make sure everyone's on the same page. Spradlin has been somewhat vulnerable to the stolen base. A long, tall pitcher that takes a little while to unwind. Deep to left center field. Gone. Home run, Jeff Kent, number 27, a Giants record as a second baseman. RBIs 109 and 110, and the Giants take a 5-3 lead. They took the sacrifice off, Teak.
Well, there's a reason why you take the sacrifice off, and it's because Jeff Kent is an excellent hitter with men in scoring position and driving in runs. Pitch down and in from Spradlin. Really dropped the head on that pitch right there. You know, that's a typical swing you see from a left-handed hitter on that pitch down and in. But Jeff Kent golfs that ball out in left center field, and he got a good piece of that one. Number 27 on the year.
No Giant second baseman all the way back to the beginning of this century has hit that many home runs in a single season, eclipsing the record of Rogers Hornsby. Here's J.T. Snow. The other way and out of play.
The 2 runs here by the Giants in the top of the 9th. The classic bloop and a blast type of a situation as Barry Bonds broke his bat and flared one into short center field, and then Jeff Kent did not break his bat and flared one right on out of here.
That's hit well to right field. Barron cruising on the track for the first out. And as soon as that ball went over the wall, Rod Beck got up in the bullpen.
They didn't need a phone call for that.
No.
We talked about Rod Beck before. He is, it's automatic when the Giants have a lead late in the game. Rod Beck is going to be the pitcher. Dusty Baker already into his bullpen, so his bullpen ace is up and at it.
Here's the young Dante Powell. By the way, with those 2 RBIs by Kent, he now has 110, tying the most by a National League second baseman since Tommy Herr hit 110 with St. Louis a dozen years ago. Ryan Sandberg never got that high. Ryan was over 100 in 1991. Check swing roller by Powell. Watch him fly. Spradlin gets there. Got him. Powell disagrees as he goes head first. But he has sprinter speed. Good play on the 3-1 hookup, and credit Spradlin with great hustle.
Yeah, you can't hesitate at all in this play as Bronya gets over there and makes the play, feeds it to Spradlin. I think Jerry's got big feet too. That just helped him get there just ahead of the diving Dante Powell. Got that foot down just before Powell got to the bag.
There is mixed emotion on diving at first base or running through it.
Diving is dangerous.
That's one way to look at it.
And it's not any faster.
That's the other way, Vizcaino.
So therefore, there's no reason to do it.
Vizcaino scored the tying run with 2 out in the 8th. And that is fair down the left field line. Stocker read that it was going to come off, so he's out to it first. Stand-up double for Vizcaino. Giants with 1 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, and now 2 in the 9th to take their first lead of the game.
Kind of an excuse-me slap swing by Vizcaino as he just flips the ball down in the left field side. See Ruben Amaro heading for the corner. The ball caught the padding right there as the stands jut out, so Kevin Stocker had to come and retrieve the baseball, but Vizcaino now able to get himself in scoring position. The Phillies need to cut this off, give the offense a chance in the bottom of the 9th, already down by 2, and have to deal with Rod Beck.
And a quick call is made to the Phillies bullpen. Wayne Gomes begins throwing. That's high. Marvin Bernard has come out into the on-deck circle. He would hit for Hernandez, who right now is the pitcher of record for the Giants. High and deep, fair or foul. Foul all the way. 1-1. Burial hit that 2-out ground ball up the middle with runners at second and third last inning. Then Morandini kept in the infield but it would go as an infield single and the tying run RBI. Strike called, 1-2. Foul tip in and out of the glove of Lieberthal. Still 1-2. Philly is scheduled to send Bronya, Barron, and Stocker to the plate to face Rod Beck in the ninth. Stocker to his left with time. Side retired, but the damage done on the career-high 27th home run for Jeff Kent. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. As the Phils will face one of the toughest customers in the business next.
Some people call them dumb animals. But there's one thing they understand, and a lot of humans don't. The physical activity is an essential part of healthy living. In fact, even moderate physical activity can help reduce your risk factors for heart disease, which makes acting like an animal anything but dumb. A message from the American Heart Association.
I was thinking, hey, Prism is great, but what if it played even better movies? Then I was told that whenever there isn't a game on, Stars movies are coming to Prism in prime time. What's the Stars?
What Stars, you ask?
What? Who said that?
Why, Stars is a movie channel showing only movies. Movies too big to miss.
Hey, with movies like that, I want to see Stars.
Call your cable operator today and find out more about Stars.
Who is that guy?
Hey, what's our good buddy Don? He thinks he can meet that girl. What's the bet?
Hey, Brick Boy, go dust yourself off. Hi, Cupcake. What do you say I buy you a Bud Light and you appreciate it?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Nicely done. Fun to watch.
Make it a Bud Light.
Let's take a look at our Budweiser play of the game to this point. Jeff Kent with a 2-run home run in the top of the ninth inning to give the Giants the 5-3 lead that they now have. That is that sound that every pitcher dreads to hear. Solid contact on a fastball on the inside part of the plate. Jeff Kent, RBI's number 109, 110, and he has provided the Giants with that 5-3 lead.
New catcher comes on, Brian Johnson. He is in the 9 spot, which would be the leadoff position should the Phillies get a pair. And Rod Beck comes on, the National League save leader with 35, facing Rico Bronya, now tied with John Franco. 8 walks in 61 innings for Rod Beck, the Giants franchise save leader with 197. And just a straight up closer who leads the National League Rolaids relief man standings over Rob Neff. In the air, playable for Miller in foul territory. Make it a fair ball, 1 out. Beck has had very few save opportunities in the last month, just 3. After getting 9 saves in June, 11 in April. Closers can't pick their spots.
No, you have to take them where they come. And you know, Rod Beck, as we saw, that looks like it's going to be a dogfight right to the end of the year for the National League lead in saves.
What makes Beck so tough?
His aggressiveness. He always comes right at you. He's got good fastball, good splitter. He'll get out in front of you and then make you hit that split finger fastball. I mentioned the very few walks. You know, he's going to be aggressive. He's going to be around the plate, and he's going to keep you on the defense as a hitter.
He has reached the 30 save mark for the 4th time in his Giants career. At a career high 48 in '93. Two balls, one strike on Tony Barron. Phils need a base runner. 3-1. Swinging 3-1 and a base hit for Barron to left field. As Barron serves that one over the head of Vizcaino, and the Phils will indeed bring the tying run to the plate.
Well, there you asked for a base runner. Tony Barron provides it. Nice line single to left field in front of Barry Bonds. 1, 2, 3 hops. So tying run, a potential tying run at the plate. As long as Phillies can keep base runners, they can stay in that situation right now. As Kevin Jordan has moved out into the on-deck circle. Hit for Jerry Spradlin.
Only left-handed stick available would be Billy McMillan. But it would be a tough spot to bring McMillan in against a Rod Beck. So it's Jordan on deck. First, here's Kevin Stocker.
I say Mike Robertson is still available also there. He was out
that's right. They pulled it back,
but he went back. He was not announced when Desi Relaford came out, so Robertson is still available.
He was prematurely scratched off my card.
Don't do that.
Never. Swing and a miss by Stocker. On the splitter from Beck. One and two. Beck has 24 saves lifetime in 41 games against the Phillies. And has 4 saves against the Phillies already in '97. Tapper, he'll take the out there. Throw back. Stocker beats Beck and the ball. So Kevin Jordan will get a shot here with 2 out of the 9th.
Like 2 different decisions. J.T. Snow took plenty of time with the extra hop to give Vizcaino a good throw at second, as if he was just going to anticipate taking 1 out. All of a sudden, Vizcaino decides, well, let's take a shot at it, as Rod Beck over covering the bag at first, but wasn't there nearly in time to get Stocker.
And that obviously is the right decision by Snow. You're looking sure out there.
Yeah, make the sure out, obviously. The first out is the most important of the 2.
So Kevin Jordan, who's been the Phillies' hottest pinch hitter of late, has a shot with 2 out in the 9th. Okay, it's a small sampling, but 2 for 2. Beck, who keeps that front leg in a severely closed position and is ready off the end of the bat. Keeping that front shoulder closed with that body position, T.
Well, that's just been Beck's style all along. He's just comfortable when he stands on the mound that way. Obviously, throwing out of the stretch at all times, keeps him in that closed position. He stands there and swings that arm until he's ready to go.
2 outs, 2 strikes. High a ball.
Rod Beck will go back there and do that after every pitch as he stands in the stretch position. That right throwing arm will just swing back and forth like a big pendulum as he takes his signs.
And the 1-2 with first a look over. As Snow is holding Stocker at first base. Off the fist, Vizcaino says, I have it. And this trip cross country, a worthwhile one for the San Francisco Giants, who move back into a tie for first place in the West with the Los Angeles Dodgers. A critical come-from-behind victory against the Phillies. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. We'll come back and wrap it up at the vet in a moment.
I'm gonna give you something to scream about. Get over here. Get up. I can't. I'm talking to you. Get up. I can't. Stop crying. You're asking for it again.
For information about how you can help stop domestic violence, call us.
Great news for Prism subscribers. Whenever there isn't a game on, Stars movies are coming to Prism in prime time. Stars, the movie channel with movies too big to miss, like The Rock.
Okay. Okay.
Phenomenon.
Take a bath.
And coming soon, Ransom.
You still have a chance to do the right thing.
Call your cable operator today and find out more about Stars. When the game's not on in prime time, it's Stars with movies too big to miss.
We could not deny the RAV4 our top ranking.
The RAV4 breaks expected molds.
The RAV4 rides a great deal better than many a sedan.
Handling in both RAV4 models is excellent.
The all-new RAV4 recreational activity vehicle starts at only $15,118. Maybe we should start calling it the Rave 4.
Driving it is great fun.
The staff and the management here at the Philadelphia Zoo are making the switch to Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield.
It makes us feel valued to know that they've given us a better plan.
Blue Cross Blue Shield is going to be the greatest thing that we ever had. It's just really going to work out well, not only for me personally, but for my membership.
Go all blue with Keystone Health Plan East, personal choice, or our traditional coverage from Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. The folks you can lean on.
In the field of sedans under 13 grand, there's one that doesn't exactly fit in. The Mazda Protege LX. The most room, the most refinements, and with a sport suspension, the most fun. All for $12,995. It's a whole different animal. Mazda Protege. $12,995 or get 3.9% APR.
Phillies baseball has been brought to you by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. By Mellon DSFS, it's where you're going. And by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield, the health insurance companies you can lean on.
Just a huge come-from-behind victory for the San Francisco Giants, who came coast to coast for this makeup game, found themselves trailing Curt Schilling 3-0 through 6. But into the bullpen, the Phillies had to go as Schilling had thrown 132 pitches. And Carpin Spradlin unable to seal the deal. The big blow comes off the bat of Jeff Kent.
Well, Larry, if the San Francisco Giants are going to stay with the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League West, you have to get big hits from your big players in big situations. Barry Bonds led off this inning with a bloop single to get it started in a tie ball game at the top of the ninth, and then Jeff Kent with that two-run homer, he sealed the deal, and that's your number 3 and 4 hitters. Those are the guys that have to produce down the stretch.
And for Kent, it was home run number 27, the most ever by a Giant second baseman, eclipsing the record of Rogers Hornsby set at the beginning of this century. Giants now tied with Los Angeles, both clubs 81 and 65 with 16 games remaining. We'll be back at you on Sports Channel from Florida as we'll join a doubleheader in progress at 7 o'clock on September 17th at the end of this homestand. Change the music, but first a doubleheader tomorrow on Prism. Both games in their entirety. Philadelphia Phillies, Cincinnati Reds comes your way at 5 o'clock tomorrow with a first pitch between games report, between games of our doubleheader. And for Frank DeVincentis, John Slobotkin, who led our production and technical effort, Kent DeColvey, I'm Larry Rosen saying good night from Veterans Stadium.